The beautiful Alicia Fox.
Spoke to you and said this, Bob, but my name's Billy. It doesn't matter what your name is.
Loaded up with alcohol, more specifically vodka, whiskey, beer, tequila, more beer, more vodka, more whiskey, and more beer.
He's gonna puke! He's gonna puke! He's gonna puke!
3 ain't enough now, I need 5. Welcome in Jim, Ryan, Matt, Tim, and intern Mark.
And after tonight, none of you in this ring will ever be the same again.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to 3 Count Thursday, live right here on our Facebook page. It is Thursday, April 25th, 2019. We're the podcast of the millennium. We are proud to be with you. We have tons to talk about this week, including Welcome to the Funhouse, Rating the Name Generator, and Vince is a Bully. But first, our show is brought to you by Alicia's Pillows and Things. Check out their Facebook page where you'll find home decor you will not be able to resist at prices anybody can afford. You'll find pillows and stools featuring your favorite sports teams, kids' favorite cartoon or movie characters, and much more. Full body neck pillows as well. Log on to ngscsports.com. That's the home network of this show. Find the Alicia's Pillows and Things tab and place your order. Ryan, how you doing, bud?
Hey. How are you, Jim?
Doing okay.
That's good to hear. Tim, how are you? Tim.
Is he not?
Tim?
He's not here.
He's not here.
He's not here. What's up, everybody? Eric, we got Miguel, we got Devin, we got Scotty in with us. We got intern Mark following along.
Endgame spoiler, he dies.
Oh.
He dies.
Who dies?
He.
He does. Okay.
He's dead.
What about she? Maybe?
Maybe.
Okay.
She might have died too, Jim.
She might have.
People are dying in Endgame.
I mean...
Anybody want to know who?
Don't do it.
Don't do it?
Don't do it.
Should I?
Don't do it.
All right.
At least not yet.
All right.
Don't do it.
Are you sure?
Don't do it.
That's where Tim's at.
Yeah, that's where Matt's at.
They're going to confirm.
Actually, I think we might have spoiled it on the pre-show, post-show.
Maybe.
So if you want to be spoiled, $2.
I might have.
Patreon.com.
I might have been the a-hole.
/ 3 Count Thursday.
I might have done it.
Yes, Roger Goodell is getting booed repeatedly at the NFL draft.
He's not a great commissioner, isn't he?
No, he's not great.
No, he's not.
He's not great. We have a guest tonight.
We do.
He'll be joining us here in just a little bit. Sizzling Stan Stylez.
We forgot our shake weights.
Damn it. Mine broke.
How would you?
I'm
you
married.
Were using it that
I'm a
much?
married guy. Remember?
Yeah.
Hi Blake. How you doing, bud? Hi Robert,
ridiculous.
joining
What's
with
going
us.
on?
If you're following along in the live
Blake.
video, make sure. Excuse me. I forgot to hit the button.
That's
too.
fine. We have a drop button.
We do, and I didn't hit it.
It's not you know what?
Make sure you give the video a like, give it a share, get as many people in here as possible.
We're new with this.
Make sure you check out 3countthursday.com for all of our social media, our YouTube page, or merchandise over at whatamaneuver.net.
What a maneuver.
Thank you.
That's Tim. There we go.
Patreon.com / 3Count Thursday, our home network, NGSC Sports, and much, much more.
So much more.
Again, over at 3countthursday.com. Always the number 3, never the word 3. Dave joining us from Ohio for the first time.
Dave from Ohio.
How you doing, Dave? Welcome to
Ohio is beautiful this time of year.
Ohio is beautiful this time
So
of
beautiful.
year. What part of Ohio? Northern Ohio? Are you a Cleveland guy? Are you a Canton guy? Are you a Sandusky guy? Randy joining us from Ohio for we got a lot of
Randy
Ohio.
from Ohio.
Ohio bringing it strong, bringing the thunder tonight.
Good for Ohio.
Welcome in from Ohio.
The
we
amusement
appreciate.
park's out in Sandusky, right?
Yeah, Cedar Point.
Cedar Point. That's out there. Okay, yeah.
Rob Noxious is watching live with us.
It's great to see Rob.
Man,
it was great to catch up with Rob the other day at that Northern Tier show. Rob, always nice to sit under your learning tree for a little bit and just hear you tell some stories.
Absolutely. Again, Stan Stylez will be joining us here in just a few minutes. We're going to talk
Have we ever had Rob on the show?
We've had Rob on this
We
show.
have, right?
I'm sure we've had
we
Rob
have.
on the show.
If not, that's an injustice, and we'll have to fix that.
Randy is from Southeast Ohio. Dave is from Youngstown, Ohio.
Youngstown. So none of the areas we guessed.
Yeah,
No.
none of the areas we guessed.
No, I don't know Ohio enough to know where
I mean,
any of those
I've
are.
been to Cleveland. I've been to Canton.
Cleveland
I've
rocks.
driven through the state. Nice. I've been through the state numerous times. Yeah, Rob's been on the show. He said it was fun.
Yeah, great. It was fun. All right.
Yeah,
We love you, Rob.
Yeah, we do love Rob.
Yeah.
Some indie shows in the area this weekend.
What?
Yeah, indie
right, let's
wrestling.
talk about it.
Support indie wrestling. There's shows. Dave, we're going to be talking to Sizzling Stan Stylez. If you've never checked him out, make sure you go check him out on Facebook or Twitter. We're going to be talking to him about the Stan Stylez Intergender Bonanza coming up next Saturday night. And then we're going to talk about the Firefly Funhouse.
Oh, yes.
We're going to talk a little bit about Double or Nothing. We're going to talk about the WWE quarter one earnings report. There's
been a lot of news pieces.
Not great.
Really not a great week for
Not a great week for WWE.
For WWE in general. I don't think Raw and SmackDown were like, wow, these are must-sees. There were moments we're definitely going to talk about.
Yeah.
You know, but
it's all right. It's all right. We're going to talk about
they
that.
Had a rough
we're gonna,
day today, too.
Yeah, definitely did. We're going to talk the latest on Luke Harper and Ronda Rousey and a lot more, so we're going to get into it. But let's talk about some indie shows. Tomorrow night in Williamstown, New Jersey, H2O Wrestling presents Too Tough to Quit. That is in Williamstown, New Jersey. Doors at 7:30, bell time at 8:30. The Monster Factory, their show is this weekend at the world famous Monster Factory. Make sure for more information on all of these shows, head over to 3countthursday.com. Find the upcoming independent show page.
You have to.
And we have links to each and every show that we talk about right here.
And that's out in Paulsbury, New Jersey.
Paulsboro, New Jersey. Yeah. And then, of course, you have the PPW Super Show 2 this Saturday night in Hazleton, Pennsylvania at the Holy Family Academy. Great venue. Good food, too, of course.
Yeah, they did have really good food.
Cool vendors. Yeah. A great atmosphere for wrestling. PPW is always a great time. The meet and greet there starts at 5 o'clock, bell time at 7.
I love wrestling so much. I always get so jazzed.
Oh, it's great.
We talk about these great shows so close to, especially the Central PA area. Again, we challenge anybody, if you're not from this area and you don't know independent wrestling, shoot us a message, let us know where you're from. We're going to try to find a promotion for you to check out, because independent wrestling is the backbone of this great sport.
Absolutely. Dave says he's a little over WWE. That happens from time to time. I think we all get a little burned out from it. But
there's so many other options.
Absolutely, and more still to come. MCW presents Shattered Dreams this weekend. That guy formerly known as Gold Dust, Dustin Rhodes, will be there. He made a little bit of news in the past week, so we're going to talk about that. But he will be in Maryland, Joppa, Maryland, at the MCW Arena on Saturday night.
Another really cool venue.
Yeah, doors at 6:30 there, bell time at 7:30, and then the show you'll be calling the action. I may get out to the show. I haven't figured out exactly what I'm doing Saturday. Dave does not like the Firefly Funhouse.
No,
that's a bummer. We might disagree with you, Dave.
I think we might.
You're going to have to hang on, because we're going to definitely talk about that after we get through with Stan Stylez here in just a little bit. But Ryan, we're going to talk about the card for Atomic Championship Wrestling, Holy Wars. I'm sure at some point in that discussion, Stan's going to call in.
That's fine.
We'll get on the horn with him. We'll close out, talk more about ACW, and then we'll get to some other stuff.
Love it.
But Atomic Championship Wrestling presents Holy Wars tomorrow at the Stevens Fire Hall. Saturday night.
Yep.
Stevens Fire Hall, Stevens, Pennsylvania. Doors are at 6. First bell
6:30.
6:30.
Right. They like to get the action going.
Heck yeah, they do. And they usually get you out of there pretty quick too.
Really
it's not
do.
one of those midnight 30 sort of endings.
11:30, 12 o'clock. Yeah, no.
Yeah, no. That's a quick one. Always a good time.
Right.
What's some of the action you're going to be calling this week?
Yeah, this Saturday it is Holy Wars over at the Stevens Fire Hall. Maria Manic is out. She's not able to make it. I know. I was disappointed too, but I feel like she would have
look, Maria, I love you.
Yes.
You know I love you. We all love you.
We have you on every year.
I am terrified that
we made that joke about her not being able to whip us into shape.
Yeah.
And she's like the next show I'm on when you guys are around.
And she's like, yeah, I'm going to be 10 minutes from your house. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm going to die.
She just shows up tomorrow.
Yeah, she's going to knock on the door tomorrow.
No. I'm not ready. The management and the powers that be have replaced Maria Manic with Woman of Honor star, Ring of Honor star Jenny Rose. She'll be in action in replace of Maria Manic.
J Rose, solid
very
pickup.
solid. And kind of a really cool, angle with something that's been kind of brewing for a long, long time. Bro Keller confronts Twisted Tate for the first time in the ring. Who knows what's going to happen there? Trixie Tash taking on Max in a no disqualification match. And I think, Jim, that was the cue.
That was the cue.
That was the cue. We are now joined by our very special guest.
Yes, we have on the line with us. He'll be presenting the Stan Stylez Intergender Bonanza next Saturday night. We're going to talk to him about that and more. Please welcome to the show. Oh, I'm still playing music.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm still playing music. I didn't even stop the music
We're
cue.
so excited.
But joining us on the show, Sizzling Stan Stylez. Stan, welcome in.
That's right. I'm here, guys. I'm here.
How you doing, bud? It's good talking to you.
Oh, I'm doing good. Busy, but I'm doing real good. Thanks
Awesome.
for being on the show.
Awesome. Well, it's glad to have it. We're glad to have you with us. Let's jump right into it here, and just kind of looking. Let's go even before your wrestling career started, and let's go back to when you were a younger shake waiter, a young man, and first discovering the great sport of professional wrestling. Who was maybe some of the first people that kind of grabbed the attention of a young Stan Stylez, and he went, you know what? There's something special here.
The very first would have to be Shawn Michaels. I saw him do the Heartbreak Hotel, and I was like, oh, man, this guy's awesome. I want to be like that guy. And I would always watch my sister WWE Superstars and WCW Worldwide, and Shawn Michaels was one. I really liked Undertaker, Tatanka, Bret Hart, Owen Hart, Diesel. Those are the big guys I would really look up to when I was a little shake waiter, like you said. I started to watch professional wrestling.
Awesome. Now, Stan, growing up, were you more of a WCW guy or a WWE guy?
WWE, well, it was F at the time, so it was a little WWE, WWF. Yeah, I liked WCW, but I always tuned more into WWF at the time.
Okay. I think that was kind of both of ours
Yes,
as well, Jim. We're both kind of, I mean, we watched it all, but more of a WWF guy. All right. So Shawn Michaels really, really inspired you. We're going to go through just a bit of the start of the career, and obviously we're going to end strong with this coming Friday, and give you a lot of time to promote the Intergender Bonanza. But you make the decide that you want to jump in the professional wrestling ring and give it a shot yourself. Can you tell us what some of the steps you took to getting into professional wrestling, whether it's like choosing a trainer, what you picked up really quick, what was the struggle for you in the very beginning?
As a lot of other wrestlers, we all started, just goofing off with friends and in the basement or then in the backyard and just messing around. Like, oh, we're gonna, don't try this at home with kids, but we still did it because we're stupid.
Right.
And then I said, you know what, I really want to take this, seriously and get trained. Started, it was back in the MySpace days.
Yep.
And I contacted a company. It's not around anymore, but ACPW, I think it was called. And and I went there and I pretty much did security, did the ring crew, and just we started training. It was actually me and a couple of my friends at the time, and the first bump, it didn't really bother me. It was just after multiple bumps, I was like, "Wow, this is tough." And wrestling's a lot of cardio too, and I didn't know it was so much cardio. I always was into lifting and being in shape, but it's a lot of cardio, and you have to definitely be a for punishment to be a professional wrestler. That's for sure.
Sure.
Yeah, I there was somebody I met years ago that they were like a All-American swimmer, and I think they also ran track in college. And they said their first match was like 5 minutes long, and he thought he was going to die. Talking about the cardio aspect of it. But Stan, we've had the opportunity to see you in action as in numerous times, singles action, tag team action, and we go back, and I think the first time that we were introduced to you was you were part of a tag team with TJ Mathis, primarily up at PWE. And then we kind of saw that tag team dissolve. And we always hear the never say never when it comes to anything in professional wrestling. But is there anything kind of on the on the horizon with a TJ's very kind of, he kind of is almost very vague sometimes when he posts things, and you always wonder what TJ Mathis is going to do. Like, is there ever a chance you guys kind of team back up? We loved the tag team with you guys.
Yeah, it was. There's, like you said it already. Never say never. TJ, I believe he just came back into wrestling. I think he took hiatus. I'm not really sure.
Right.
But now he's back, primarily in the Central PA area. But yeah, sure, never say never. I mean, I feel that I've really evolved big time throughout these years I've been in, and I'm sure TJ has too.
Sure.
So it would probably be better than it was back in those 2015, I believe it was 2015, 16. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably been about three-ish years
been
for
a
that.
few
Yeah,
years.
wow. Yeah, time goes fast.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Hey, that's what they
Darn right.
say. All right, so hey, you have made great use of your shake weight with your in-ring persona and really everything that you do. Did you know early on, given how seriously you take fitness, that you'd want to use a fitness prop like a shake weight?
Nope. It just fell into my lap, and I always say this, that it's not the shake weight that does it; it's the one that yields the shake weight.
Fair.
That does
fair.
it.
That's fair.
So, and that's right.
I mean, we've seen you. I think you were a guest referee, and you made the count with the shake weight. I mean.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's everywhere. I mean, it's evolved now with other props of whipped cream. I mean, there's so much going on with this Stan Stylez package.
Yeah. I actually had the whipped cream first. Actually.
Okay.
When I first started, I always had I was just hey, I thought it'd be fun, and I didn't think no one really was doing whipped cream, and but. And then the shake weight came, and I was like, I can combine these gimmicks. And then later on, the pants came about, and then now it's just it all just fell into my lap, and my creative juices just flow all the time. And even when I'm wrestling, opponents would have just all these crazy ideas, and it's like, okay, sure.
Sure. Now, do you change the number of pants per match to keep your opponents guessing? So it's never like, oh, it's always 3. Is there
it's 3? It's 4. I've recently done 5. You know what? Maybe I'll spoiler alert. I've trained to do 6.
Wow!
So maybe once y'all have 6, and
that's a lot of training too.
Because it's funny you said that because before it was just when I just did one pair of tearaway pants, it was more just to unveil my trunks, just what I'm wearing. Now I feel that fans don't really care as much as they just want to see me they want to see how many pair of pants I have on, how many I'm going to throw at my opponent. Like, that's just the big whoa, oh my god, what's he going to do now? Is it going to be 3? Is it going to be a couple? Like, how's this going to play into the match? So it's awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah, always a good time. Again, you're listening to 3 Count Thursday here with Sizzling Stan Stylez. Now, Stan, like us, in our Instagram page, you like to feature a woman in wrestling with your Hottie of the Week on Facebook. On Facebook Live. What kind of was the catalyst for you to do that? Was it just to kind of in the similar idea to what we do? Is just these women in wrestling kick ass, and we need to feature them.
Yeah, it actually was not my idea originally. It was another idea from a friend of mine who had a podcast. He came up with the idea for me, and I would go on his podcast. Actually, I would film like a couple minutes, and he would feature it on his podcast as a segment. And when that happened, it wasn't even for female wrestlers, just anyone who I thought who was hot. And the very first High of the Week was actually Kesha. So just going back, and I just would put it on his podcast, and he would say that people just go nuts for this High of the Week. Like, people wait for it. They think it's so funny. It's it's so hilarious and creepy, because I was a lot more creepier than I was back then. And then I said, hey, maybe I'll take this to YouTube. And I started just doing videos on YouTube. And man, I've been so busy. It's so hard to film every week. And Facebook Live came by. I was like, I asked all my fans on Facebook, and everyone's like, you want me to keep doing these videos, or do you want me to do it live? And I'm like, I'll do it live. And I've been doing it live. It's just better interaction. It's better engagement. I can interact with my fans when I do it, and they get all excited, or they go, oh, I don't want her to be hot of the week. I want, now I get guys wanting to be hot of the week. It's just all nuts.
Sure. And you're usually very comfortable in like a couch or maybe a bed setting. It's always you always look comfortable. Let's say that.
Yeah, you know what? If I'm not wrestling, or if I'm not traveling, or if I'm not at the gym with my shake weight, I'm at home with my shake weight, shaking it, and the rest of the time I'm pretty chill. I'm pretty chill. Like to relax.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right. Guys, we are again on with Sizzling Stan Stylez. If you have any questions, drop them live in the Facebook window here. We will try to get to them at the end. So Stan, what we're all here to talk about on May the 3rd, Friday, May 3rd, next Friday, not tomorrow, but next Friday, you're going to be hosting the Stan Stylez Intergender Bonanza 3, taking place out in Williamstown, New Jersey. That's where the H2O event is this weekend. When you hosted the first Intergender Bonanza, did you feel that you were onto something, and that this would become such a anticipated show?
No, the very first show I did, I just wanted to just really entertain. When it was in West Virginia, I really just wanted to entertain the fans of West Virginia, because it was for SCWA, and they just loved women's wrestling. They wanted to see more girls. They liked. I did an intergender match there, and that's what sparked the whole idea. And they just always would say, "Stan, we're the girls. You do hot of the week. You showcase all these hot girls that can wrestle. We want to see them." And I said, you know what? Let's do it. I talked to the owners of the company, and I said, can I do my own show there? And they said, sure. And it just took wind big time. And Joey Ryan contacted me. He wanted to be a part of the first one. A lot of other talent contacted me. And now, after the second one, now I'm going on the third one. Now in Williamstown, New Jersey, at H2O Center. And it's just gotten so much buzz. And I feel, too, that especially in the area in the East Coast where we're at, a lot of companies are really doing more intergender matches. Like, I really feel that once I started to do my bonanzas, a lot of companies really were starting to feature more intergender matches because the fans want it. They really want it. They really are, want to see, all about equality, and it's about fun and putting on one hell of an entertaining show for them.
Yeah, and I mean it's something that over the years, obviously from the largest company in the business game, it's something that's gone away. So it's definitely an alternative that you're not used to seeing necessarily. So if you're providing something that's different and exciting and is of great quality, then absolutely I think people are going to start jumping on.
Yeah, and I love that you said equality.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Because I think that's something we've not touched on yet. Yeah, go ahead.
There's so many female talent out there, and they're getting scooped up, too. Congratulations to Leva Bates, who is going to be in AEW.
Absolutely.
She's so awesome, and it just really opens the window to even more talent out there because, man, I get hit up. People comment, you should check out this girl Stan, that girl Stan. Even a lot of the guys that are coming up, becoming. So I'm always now, not as just a wrestler, as a promoter and a booker, always checking out new talent and seeing what they have to offer because you never know who's going to be the next star or the next big thing.
Right. Now the first one you said was in West Virginia. The second was in Ohio, correct?
It was actually the same place. It's from West Virginia, yeah.
Okay, all right. And so this one you took on the road. And again, hopefully we're going to see Stan Stylez Bonanzas 4, 5, up to 10, whatever. that this is something that is really going to catch on, and you can kind of take it on the road and introduce maybe some new folks to what intergender wrestling really is. And it's not a guy just beating up on a girl, but there's truly an art there and a great art form at that.
Yeah, every match I have on this card is going to tell an awesome story, and it's going to be so awesome and entertaining. And like you said. I really was always for equality in professional wrestling, and it's definitely an alternative. And hey, like there may be a Bonanza 4, 5, 6, 10, 20, 50. Time will tell, but I really feel that now that the third one's coming up very soon in a week. This one definitely in New Jersey, and I picked New Jersey because a lot of people in PA and Jersey wanted it there. They're like, no, we want the Bonanza here. And I feel that a lot of fans really embraced intergender wrestling or just want to see something different, and it's definitely caught a lot more traction and buzz big time. So, and even a lot of other companies are now really doing more intergender, like I was saying. So, hey, I'm just going to ride this wave and see where it takes me.
I think a lot of people in central Pennsylvania also think West Virginia is like really far away. Like, oh, West Virginia, that's so far, but it's really not that. It's not that bad of a drive.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going like southwestern West Virginia,
sure,
like, that's a bit of a haul. But yeah, it's not that
to get to
far.
It's not that far at all.
No, I mean you can get to parts of West Virginia in less time than it takes to get to Pittsburgh. So,
right. So yeah,
I mean, it's there's definitely potential there. Now, Stan, let's talk about your match specifically coming up at Intergender Bonanza 3. That's not an easiest thing to say. Let's call it IGB 3 to make it easier. Sure. You and Joey Ryan will be taking on the tag team of Priscilla Kelly and Jamie Senegal. Now, Joey and Priscilla have certainly been quite a buzz in the wrestling community as of late. Do you think that this will help kind of get some more eyes on IGB 3? I mean, and obviously it's a big opportunity for you working with famous penis wrestler Joey Ryan.
Yeah, because hell yeah. I mean, a lot of fans always said they want to see Stan Stylez versus Joey Ryan, and that happened after all years of talk. It happened, and it was awesome wrestling Joey. And fans said if Stan Stylez and Joey Ryan aren't in the ring together, face each other, they should tag team. So I said, you know what, we're gonna tag team, and we're gonna me and Uncle Joey. That's what fans say. Stan Stylez is like a long lost nephew of Uncle Joey Ryan. I'm like, sure, why not? And we're taking on, Priscilla and Jamie, and they actually tag team before, so they actually have more tag team experience than me and Joey. But I think we're gonna mesh well, form Joey Styles.
Yeah, I think it should go well.
And it's just there's gonna be so much shenanigans and I said it, hey, this is like Jim Cornette's dream match. It's just going to be...
I'll make sure to tweet him about it. Jim, you need to check this match out.
Absolutely.
It's just going to be so much fun, and there's a 90% chance, or maybe even higher than 90% chance, we're going to break the internet with all the gimmicks in this match, and the shake weight, the cream, the lollipop, the tampon, the throw up. Who the hell knows what Jamie's going to bring to the table?
Right.
It's just going to be...
I mean, Jamie at least bring in the fishnets for sure.
Sure, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a given to him.
Right, a given. I think there's baby oil somewhere in there. There's a lot going on, for sure.
And Joey Ryan's penis, too.
And the penis, yeah. How can we forget about...
Cannot forget about Joey Ryan's penis.
Right. Oh, boy. Poor Cornette. This is the one I might finally do it for Jim Cornette.
You know what? It might, but you know what? Hey, those fans are going to be treated to a match that just iconic, epic, once in a lifetime. When can you see Stan Stylez and Joey Ryan team up, and then see Priscilla Kelly live with Jamie? This is just, and me and Jamie wrestle each other multiple times, but now it's like you throw us in, like you said, Priscilla and Joey have that feud going. They're trying out to each other, but you throw, the Shake Weight Supreme. We throw in the Punk Rock Queen in this match.
Man,
you're just asking for so much.
Yeah, there really is. I mean, especially around this area, Joey. I mean, not Joey. Jamie, a regular when over at Atomic, he was their cruiserweight champion for quite some time. So yeah, wow. Hey, so in putting together this card, you sit down, you start making up matches. Were any of the superstars and participants involved? Do they give you ideas like, hey, I really would like to wrestle this person, or is it kind of you just sitting down making up the matches, thinking this is what I think the fans want to see, or did any participant have a say?
That's a great question. No one really did. Mark Angel asked for Madison Rain, but she wasn't available at the time.
Sure.
He was the only one that I can think of. Man, really no. I would really just say, hey, talk to my team like, hey, I want to see you do this match. You're like, oh my god, yeah. And
cool,
they
great,
loved it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I think Jim's feverishly writing some listener questions down. Is that
okay? Let's hit one of those. Brian asks, have you ever used flavored whipped cream. Are you a whipped cream purist?
Wow.
Stan.
Yes, I have. I've used pumpkin whipped cream. I used chocolate. Someone actually used chocolate, tried to use chocolate whipped cream against me, and it just did not work. I love chocolate, so it just backfired. Oh, yeah. No, I love all kinds of whipped cream. It doesn't matter. If it's whipped cream, I love it. That's right.
I mean, so do we. I mean, you can tell by looking at us that we love whipped cream.
You do a lot of creative things with whipped cream. Let me tell you that.
Tell us about it.
This is true. This is very true. Now, Stan, we've kind of danced around it a little bit and kind of hinted at a potential IGB4 in the future. Now, is this something, because you've said how it was West Virginia and now it's here in New Jersey. Like, is this something that you could potentially see moving, to somewhere in Florida or California or kind of expanding, across this, this country, even elsewhere in North America? Or is this something you kind of want to keep it here? You can get people here. The crowds around here are wild enough that you can get the attention for it.
If the fans want it and they're screwed for it, hell, sky's the limit. Sure. I mean, I've gotten even before the Bonanza 2 took place, I got contacts from Texas and the New England area saying, hey, would you want to bring it there in Canada too? So, again, the sky's the limit for this. Sure. I definitely think that this area, in New Jersey, Williamstown, South Jersey, and there's people coming all over for this show. I really feel that this right here in the H2O Center, it's going to be like the home for the Bonanza.
Awesome. Great facility too, by the way.
Yeah, really nice and close.
Yes.
Nice short drive right over there to Jersey.
Oh, yeah. So I'm getting by, I have people come from PA, Pittsburgh driving. There's Northern Jersey, New York. We got, I think, people come from Connecticut coming,
awesome.
Upstate New York, so Delaware, Maryland. So it's just right smack in the middle right there.
Yeah,
so everyone
great.
can just come in and see,
yeah.
the Bonanza.
That is awesome. Saying it's intergender wrestling, kind of something that we've seen, maybe even like the WWE willing to dabble in a little bit. Even Nia Jax, this past Royal Rumble, entering into the men's Royal Rumble. As someone who's a strong proponent of intergender wrestling, how happy do you see, even flashes of intergender wrestling, maybe with Becky Lynch and even with the James Ellsworth thing when that was happening? How happy were you to see that kind of hitting a main stage?
Yeah, I was ecstatic. I loved it, and just really kind of was like, yo, other promoters that really frowned upon it. It's like, yo, man, wake up. This is what the fans want. The big conglomerate of professional wrestling is doing it right here in front of your very eyes, and it was done well. It got so much attention, so much engagement, and now it's like, oh, a lot of other people I feel are now jumping on the bandwagon. And I'm going back to the Bonanza 2. A lot of fans said to me that, hey, we really weren't really big on intergender wrestling. They wanted us to come see a good show, and that's cool. But then they said, you really sold us on this because we didn't even know that it was a guy versus girl in every match. It was just awesome matches that told really good stories, and I had so much fun. So that's what I want,
That's awesome. And personally, how far off do you think we might be seeing to an actual intergender match? Something we haven't seen since China in the WWE with like the Jeff Jarrett matches. Do you think we're ever going to see that again on the main stage?
You know what? Again, never say never. Honestly, I see it happening. I wouldn't see maybe on a pay-per-view.
Okay.
I don't think they would put it on like SmackDown or Raw. I could be wrong, but I feel, hey, if that's going to be on a pay-per-view, I could, if it's done right and booked correctly,
Amen.
I think it'd be awesome.
Absolutely.
And it would definitely get a lot of buzz and people really talking about it.
Yeah, absolutely. We have another listener question here. Said, is there any women that you would love to team with? We've seen you ask, suggesting of women that you'd like to compete against. Is there, maybe one or two out there that you're like, I definitely have to team with her at some time?
Oh, man, this is a question. I would team any girl. I think, and if a female wrestler doesn't have a strong character, I feel like she would get it. And me in there with her would even bring out more character with her. Man, I don't know. Man, you know what? I'll say it. Sue Young is one of my arch enemies, and we're totally opposite. And she wants to kill me, but I really feel though opposites attract. Keep your friends close, your enemies closer. I kind of feel if me and Sue were a tag team, it would be hilarious and just attention because people would be like, "How's this going to work? Will this work? Is she going to kill Stan? Is she going to team with Stan? What are these two going to do? They're so different. Like, is she going to try to possess Stan? Is Stan going to get out of this alive? Are they, what are they? Is she going to turn on him, or are you going to turn on her? I feel that a lot of people would really be intrigued by that. There would be a lot of different questions. People would be laughing about. Some people are like, "Oh man, this is nuts. Like, I don't know about this." It's just attention, and that's what I want. I want tension, buzz. Drive people in to see this. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, Sue Young, sure.
There you go. Now, following your event, you'll be taking on Brittany Blake next Saturday night, back there at the H2O arena. Brittany's someone that we know very well, is no stranger to intergender wrestling. Like, I'd imagine you're pretty psyched up for this match as well.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? And, you just mentioned her. I would team Brittany Blake, too. That would be kind of cool. But yeah, hey man, I get to wrestle Priscilla Kelly, and then the next night I get to wrestle Brittany. I'm just like, woo, hell yeah! After
there you go.
Life is good for the Sizzling One.
Life is good.
Yeah,
real good.
Amen.
Holy cow!
That shake weight is going to get worked out.
Oh man, it's definitely going to get a workout for sure. And me too.
Yeah, amen. Is there any current? Question from Dave here in the comments. Any current WWE wrestlers, women or male even, that you've been able to face off against, or that you've teamed with before?
Oh man, I've wrestled Nunzio. I got to wrestle in a match with Hornswoggle. I got to wrestle Buff Bagwell at Pro Wrestling Empire. Man, I would love to wrestle with Emma or do something with Emma now. I know Summer Rae kind of does appearances. I don't know if she wrestles, but Summer Rae was always one of my favorites. Probably is my favorite.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if she wrestles anymore.
I would just go absolutely bonkers. Oh, I got to recently be in the ring with Melina. That was a surprise and just a treat. I was just, she told me she loved my pants, and I just wanted to die right there. A happy man.
Yeah, she can still go too. I think she's down in MCW quite a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, she still has a split too. That's right.
Yeah. Devin asks, who would your favorite wrestler have ever been? Was it Shawn Michaels?
My favorite wrestler, I have 5 favorite wrestlers. My top of all time is Ravishing Rick Rude.
Rick Rude, okay. Awesome. I think we're caught up there. Hop back here. If you could fantasy book any main event for the Intergender Bonanza, Stan, what would that main event be?
It would be Stan Stylez teaming with Joey Ryan, teaming with Sexy Eddie versus Sue Young, Shotzi Blackheart, and Tessa Blanchard. Oh my God!
Wow!
Wow! There we go. Do you have the shake weight handy?
Oh my gosh!
I had to bring like dozens of whipped cream for that.
Oh my goodness! Absolutely.
Buy a whole case of whipped cream.
That's a dream match. That is a dream match right there.
You might have to.
Yeah,
we'll see. Oh boy.
Now we're talking about the whipped cream and all of that. Brian did ask a little ways back. I didn't want to lose this one. Has anybody ever gotten upset with you with the whipped cream? Has anybody been, whether they knew it was coming, didn't know it was coming? I mean, sometimes we lose the whipped cream quicker than we thought it was coming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Has anybody gotten upset?
You mean like opponents or just anybody or
opponents, fans, referees?
No, they kind of just laugh at it. A couple times, like sometimes whipped cream brands have like a sharper like nozzle, and sometimes when I want to do the whipped cream stunner, or I kind of hit the lip by accident if they move,
gotcha.
Or there's like, and I'm like, no, don't do it, 'cause like they'll get cut, and it's by accident. I'm like, oh crap. No one cares. And I mean, like, if it falls in the ring, just clean that crap up. I mean, we sweat, we bleed in that ring,
exactly.
And there's some type of glass. Let's clean it up. It's not just whipped cream.
You gotta watch the nipples though with those sharp edges.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stan, before we let you go here, we appreciate you coming on and joining us, talking about this great event. Let people know all the information about it, where they can follow you, where they can follow the show, how they can buy tickets, and all of that before we let you go here tonight.
Oh, awesome, guys. All right, so, yeah, Friday, May 3rd, the Stan Stylez Intergender Bonanza 3, the main event, Stan Stylez and Joey Ryan team with Priscilla Kelly and Jamie Sinegal. We also got Dan O'Hare versus Maria Manic in a no DQ match. We got a Jakara tag team match added on here, a 6-person tag team match on. We got Holiday on the card versus Mark Angel, Shimma Cross, Xavier Cross, Ray Lynn, a favorite of everybody, Pro Wrestling Empire, she was on there. Ray Lynn coming in to take on Drew Blood. It's going to be at the H2O Russell Center at 1041 Glassboro Road, Building C, Suite 1 in Williamstown, New Jersey. It's right next to Anytime Fitness. GPS is a little wonky with it, so you're going to see the Anytime Fitness side. Just follow that road. You'll see the Anytime Fitness. It's right there. The building is limited to 200 people, so it's a little smaller venue than the McClure Hotel in West Virginia, but tickets are selling fast. I have a handful of front row VIP left. So they're $30. It gets you an early entry and a free autographed poster from everyone.
Awesome.
Those are $30. General admission is only $20. PayPal me / Stan Stylez if you want to purchase them, or just contact me or email me at sizzlingstan@gmail.com to reserve them. You can find me on Twitter at the Sizzling One, Instagram Sizzling Stan Stylez, follow the Bonanza, Bash the Bonanza on Twitter, and the Intergender Bonanza on Instagram.
All right.
Let me just take a moment here, folks. Man. Like $30, that gets you a front row ticket plus a poster, and you said that can be autographed?
It's going to be autographed, yep. And also, it's an early entry because the doors are going to be open at 7:45, but with the VIP front row, you get to come in at 7:30, and a couple of wrestlers will be there selling their merch. You get first crack, take pictures, buy some merch first, and, just interact with us and just, be excited, go crazy.
I mean, just the value-wise of a $30 front row ticket plus this poster, which is, I'm assuming it's going to be like the match card poster that we have, that we saw. I mean, awesome collectible plus a great front row ticket. Well worth the money. I know Matt's going to be there. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be there. I don't know. We still have feelers out for a few other of the 3 Count Thursday group to try to make it out. We're excited.
Yeah, we absolutely are.
It's going to be
a great show. Randy has followed along with us. Randy Hansen said he's been following along since the Intergender Bonanza 1, and is just really proud to see kind of where the Intergender Bonanza has grown for you. So, awesome. I mean, I'm just so excited. I really am.
Yeah.
I really feel too that I'm pretty sure that this is the very first all intergender show to hit New Jersey. I really don't think there has been an all intergender show in Jersey ever. So this is just history making.
It is.
Yeah.
And whether it has or hasn't, we're going to say there hasn't.
We're going to say it.
We have that
This
power.
is the first one ever.
This is the first one.
We're going to own it. Stan,
The
thank
one that
you.
people remember.
Yeah, exactly. Stan, thank you for joining us tonight. We look forward to not only seeing you next week, but we see you around all over the place. We love seeing you, love talking to you, and absolutely we'll see you again soon.
Thanks, guys, for having me.
Take it easy, Stan.
You too.
So again, thanks to Sizzling Stan Stylez, and if you're not following along with him on his social medias, you definitely need to be doing it. He's a really great guy. We love anytime we get to meet and talk to him. So yeah, definitely great stuff. And great interaction with the fans. And now we're going to jump in to more just wrestling topics from the week that was. Probably not going to get, as in depth on things from Raw and SmackDown, but obviously the big thing before we get to the Firefly Funhouse, can we just talk for just a second? Glorious. That mustache.
Love it.
So
what a mustache.
Bob Roode gone. Robert Roode and that mustache.
100%.
So good. I'm on board. Like,
with great mustache comes great responsibility.
Right. Not the biggest Bob Roode fan was me. Robert Roode, I'm here for all of it.
You're all in.
I'm all in
on
Robert Roode.
I mean, I think it's a blend back to his TNA character.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, and again, even in TNA, there was a lot of Bob Roode character. I mean, go back to the young Robert Roode with the Canadians. Like, where Bob Roode has come from, and grown
100%.
into the star he is today
So
is just
good.
awesome.
So
but yeah,
good.
this is a little more like money in beer money, Bob Roode. A little bit more. I'm all for it, dude. I really am.
All
and
for it.
Great mustache.
And again, if you are following along on the live video, make sure you give it a like, give it a share, get more people in here,
give it a share for old Stan Stylez.
and you know, and get it going there. I'm gonna throw a little watch party thingy up there.
Oh, we love the watch parties.
I love the watch parties.
We're throwing it up, folks.
If they get it to work, if I can get it to work.
Yeah, there was some struggles last time.
But let's talk about it.
Hey,
I know,
let me go back real quick before we
go
get
back a little
crazy
bit.
into
Just
this.
go back a
I just
little
want to go over.
Oh yes, the ACW.
Finish up the ACW show.
find out
Holy
about
Wars
that.
this Saturday. Come hang out. I know I'm going to be there. Other James will be there. I think this James is going to come out too. Don't let him tell you he's not. And if not, meet us at the diner afterward. We always like to go out to eat, right? Look
Sure,
at us.
we are fat.
Right. Trixie Tash taking on Max this Saturday night in a no DQ match. Max much bigger, much stronger, much more powerful than Trixie. Trixie has called out I'm sick of this. I'm sick of the attacks. We want this. No holds barred, no DQ this Saturday night. Again, Maria Manic, she's out. Queen Aminata is now taking on Jenny Rose.
Oh, that's
taking
right.
on Veda Scott.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
three-way. Right, Veda Scott is going to be there. Maria Manic could not make it. Replaced by Jenny Rose. That'll be a great match. Lady Frost.
I mean, who doesn't love a three-way? Right?
Right.
I'm just saying.
Lady Frost taking on Gemma Cross.
Wow.
In cruiserweight action. Dame Smith, the cruiserweight champion, taking on Jamie Senegal. We were just talking to Stan Stylez about him.
About Jamie
The Punk
Senegal.
Rock Queen Jamie Senegal will be in action. The Tri-State Championship is on the line when champion Jack Hershey defends against Killheart and Scotty Jeffries. I'm not even going to say anything bad about him tonight. Saturday, though, going to be talking all sorts of shit about Scotty
Still
Jeffries.
doing the stuff that you said on the thing
He
before?
is. He is. Yeah, his wrist is strong.
Oy.
Mr. Grimm, the heavyweight champion of Atomic Championship Wrestling, taking on BJ Walker.
Hey-o.
There's a match.
That's a match.
That'll be fun. The Rogue Women's Champion, Vianette, taking on Brittany Blake. We were just talking about her. This is unreal. All of these tie-ins.
It's amazing how this stuff works.
It is amazing. Also in attendance, we're going to have Frankie Malibu, Saren Faust, Bobby Kruger. Gory is coming in. The Red Scorpion and his new hairdo, or lack thereof hair, I guess.
Right, it's okay. I think
he looks freaking great with the ball, by the way.
I actually have more hair.
You do.
Currently than the Red Scorpion. Never thought I'd be able to say that, but yeah, I'll back you up on that one.
I think it looks great. I love it.
I think the bald Scorpion looks better than the full-haired Scorpion.
Correct.
And we told him that, so it's not like I'm dropping some
it's
sort
true.
of new news.
It is absolutely true. They donated their hair at the St. Baldrick's event for childhood cancer, so thank you there. The Scorpion Queen looks great.
She does.
She really does.
Absolutely.
Has a great shaped head for that as well, so thank you, both of you guys, for participating in the St. Baldrick's, a really cool event. It wouldn't do us a whole lot of good, but I'd love to get 3 Count Thursday out there to some one of these events and try to do something. We can shave Tim. He's not here to just say no.
Or
so
Matt. We could do Matt as well.
We could do Matt.
Intern Mark's got a good head. Intern Mark's got a good head of hair.
And he's our intern, so he has to do what we say.
Exactly. And, Nick, a friend of the show, Nick, asked us the other day, he goes, when does intern Mark graduate from being an intern? Good one, Nick. You get the people laughing. I thought that was really freaking hilarious.
Is there anything Mark could... I guess Mark could bring us whoopie pies.
I mean,
that would probably be all
he
it
has
takes.
brought us whoopie pies.
Well,
but
brought us whoopie pies again.
Yeah, that's true. But I feel like that's just part of his job as an intern.
That's also true.
It's not gonna get him graduated.
That's also true.
Sorry, it's just
I
I don't make the rules. Actually, I make the rules.
His name is Mark,
right?
Oh, hi, Mark.
Hey-o.
So let's. That's all Saturday night.
This Saturday night. Come hang
in
out
Stevens,
with me. Give me a high
Pennsylvania.
five. I'm not gonna bite.
It's a great thing. You might bite, but just make sure.
But it's all part of
get
any
Ryan a
wrestling
soft
experience.
pretzel. He won't bite you. Okay.
Hey-o.
Like Ryan will always accept soft pretzels. So again, thank you for the interaction in here in the live video. Again, thank you to Stan Stylez for joining us. Make sure you check out our website, 3countthursday.com. Subscribe to us on whatever podcast platform
Is it the word 3 or the number 3?
No. It's always the number.
Never the word.
Never the word. So make sure you are subscribed to us there. Subscribe to us over on our YouTube page. Follow us on all of our social media. Check out our merchandise at whatamaneuver.net. We have a collar and elbow deal. I got the collar and elbow shirt on.
Hey, they're comfy shirts.
Comfy ass shirts.
Did I bring my hoodie? I brought my hoodie.
There's always stuff on clearance. There's great products, hats, sweatshirts, t-shirts. I think they got patches, they got buttons, they stickers, literally anything.
They had a towel, a golf towel.
They have a golf towel, literally anything, hats, anything you want from wrestling merchandise, quality products at great prices. Head over to store.collarandelbowbrand.com. Use promo code 3COUNT. Number 3, the word count, all one big piece together there. And guess what? You'll get 10% off every order. Not the first order, every single order.
Everyone.
Over at Collar and Elbow Brand. So we'd appreciate that. All right, so let's go back to Monday. We've seen the vignettes over the past couple weeks. We've seen the creepy buzzard puppet. We've seen the creepy doll on the rocking chair. And I think on the buzzard puppet, you heard a laugh in the background that you could tell was Bray Wyatt.
Yes.
I don't think there was much shock here when you see something like that. Clearly going to be Bray Wyatt. This week on Raw, we see the debut of Bray Wyatt's, what was it called?
Saturday TV Funhouse.
Yeah, no. It was not
Saturday
the
TV Funhouse.
right,
TV
similar
Funhouse.
to that. The Firefly.
Oh, right, yeah.
Funhouse.
Close.
Look, I know the easiest reaction to something like this is to go, what the hell?
Yeah.
And I think that was even because I was not watching Raw live this week. I was watching the end of my hopes and dreams starting to begin. Starting everything good starting to slip through my fingers. You know what I'm talking about? Washington Capitals lost. They're eliminated. The Stanley Cup title defense is over. But I think your reaction, and you tweeted it, was simply, what the fuck?
That was my first gut reaction.
And I think that is the proper reaction.
And it wasn't a bad. We talked about this afterward, specifically not on social media or anything. We were going over some notes for the show earlier this week. Was like, I didn't know right away. What the fuck what is this? Like, I can't believe this is happening. It's Bray Wyatt back. But like, what is he's
like, here's the deal. Like, if I walk into like my local grocery store,
yes,
and Nikki Bella is at my local grocery store,
Daniel
topless.
Bryan and Brie Bella,
they have been in
at
this
our
area.
local grocery stores before.
But if Nikki Bella is at my local grocery store and she's topless, I'm going to walk in and I'm going to see that, and chances are my response is going to be, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
But it's still going to be what the fuck.
Wife, go wait in the car.
Yeah, honey.
Let me do the shopping for you today.
You know what? You've had a rough day. Just head home. I'm going to buy the groceries, and I'm going to Uber home.
Jim, I feel like you could walk home. In that case, then you'd be fine walking home.
Are you kidding? I wouldn't have any blood in my brain. But anyway, I think the proper reaction to the opening scene of Firefly Funhouse is, what the fuck?
Right. I didn't know what I was getting into.
But like, there was so much to it, and you know, I think you noticed what was it? Help and Heal were on the gloves.
Yeah. Throughout the thing, I mean, if you go back and you watch the whole thing, and just realize this is the very first chapter in the story that they're going to tell with Bray Wyatt, you're going to be totally fine. But yeah, he was talking about like how he was a really bad boy before, and like the crowd jeered him, the kids were like boo, and he was really sad. But he keeps the cut out of himself, and he has two gloves on. It's one says help, one says heal and hurt. Maybe I forget exactly what it is.
I think it's heal, and
he covered his eyes, and then like he pretended to listen to the hurt glove when he fired up the chainsaw and hurt this old picture of himself by cutting it in half. I think this is probably the darkest, deepest, demonicest we've seen out of a Bray Wyatt character. This goes way back to like the early introduction of Bray Wyatt and the vignettes of him in like the fields of like this sort of southerny Baptist like cult sort of thing. This is dark. This is really going to be dark.
Yeah, it really is. Dave, I don't know if I don't think we're having any issues stream wise on our end. I don't know if it's maybe your phone's cutting out or something.
He says he's back again.
He says he is back, but
I'm seeing our service is good down here.
Yeah,
so
and Dave, I know you said you were
wonky.
not the biggest fan of the Firefly Funhouse, but Charlie sent us this, and this goes even kind of deeper into. Now, this was not a tweet from
one
Charlie.
of our listeners, right?
Yeah,
Charlie.
This was a tweet that he saw that he shared with us, and talking about the character, and it says specifically, Bray casually mentioned that he'd been brutally punished for his crimes, and
it's just the thing about the old tweets.
Yes. So Bray,
folks, listen to this.
Bray Wyatt, if
wild.
you go to his Twitter page, it was recently wiped of almost all of his old tweets, but a large chunk of more recent ones, I'd say from like the fall through now, because he's been gone for a while. Were before they were deleted, there was ominous reports about being a patient that was being tortured and, quote, medicated. So this was back October 14th. He said, day 23, subject is showing signs of progress at times. Violent outbursts are commonplace, spewing threats at our staff in multiple languages and reciting passages from the Bible. Pulled a nail from his cell. He was attempting to repent through torture, masochistic tendencies. So this was back October 14th. That was tweeted. October 15th. It says Mercy PhD. Now, what was the buzzard? What was the buzzard's name? Mercy the Buzzard. It says Mercy PhD. Some of the staff is apathetic to his situation, others intrigued. Then there are others like me teetering on the verge of obsession. The location was the Orleans Parish. That was tweeted October 15th. This one again back on October 14th. Day 3. Subject believes God as well as several other entities speak to him directly. They give him a scapegoat and pray that after so many treatments he will be free of this affliction once and for all. Sincerely, Dr. M. Again, Dr. Mercy. Mercy the Buzzard. This person points out the tweets cut in and out randomly, but you can get the idea from these tweets that Bray is being treated at a mental facility, specifically by a Dr. Mercy PhD.
Almost like a schizophrenic would be tweeting random things as they teeter in and out of their schizophrenia. Wow.
Right. And again, what was the buzzard's name? Mercy the Buzzard. Dave, we apologize, man. Make sure you we're going to post this video. This video will stay up on our Facebook page. We're also going to post to our YouTube page. And also you can catch the audio, whether you're on Android, whether you're on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher. Our shows are on all of those.
All of them, yeah.
You'll be able to download them afterwards. You'll be able to catch anything you may have missed.
Sometimes it's easier to not see us and just hear us talk. We get what you're dealing with here. Tim's the pretty one.
He is, and he usually starts throwing clothes around down here.
That's true.
So this is the person kind of prognosticating what he thinks is going to happen here.
What an awesome take.
He says, my guess is that this is Bray after his rehabilitation while he's stable and resentful of his actions, because he even mentioned that.
Yeah.
On the Funhouse this past week. There's still something very wrong with him. Heel hurt. He cut the head off of his cardboard cutout. He is by all means a ticking time bomb. This guy, I thought I'd shed a little more light on the backstory for those who have not caught it. And that's the thing, man. Like even if you don't kind of follow inside baseball to a degree, to that level, this is something that I think. And again, this all comes down to making sure they commit to this, they roll through with it, and all of that. But I think this character, this iteration of Bray Wyatt, and this Funhouse, and the characters, and the potential to add people to this. I mean, I think there's been rumors of or at least chatter on like Reddit pages, things like that Nikki Cross could be involved in this somehow. I truly think, and this isn't just me like being the Bray, because I've been on the Bray Wyatt train since the beginning, And
I mean, the beginning though, it was such a different, fresh take on a superstar and a gimmick.
And even like through like the 1 month title reign and just how he kept getting shit on feud after feud after feud. And if somehow they turn that into what I think could be one of the best characters, deepest characters, sickest characters, most twisted characters that we've not only not seen it, in the last 10, 15, this could be an all-time gimmick.
Right. I think this gimmick, and the gimmick could have always put him in like an Undertaker category with such a unique gimmick, and then you have to be such a strong performer to pull this off. And even like the Undertaker went through tweaks to his gimmick, and I'm not talking like the obvious American badass,
but there was
like the Ministry of Dark.
Well, you went
like,
from the gray gloves to the purple gloves. He had longer hair. He started dyeing it black. He started talking a little bit more about kind of this higher power and higher calling. Then
Teardrop Undertaker. That time,
murdered a guy in prison
or
Undertaker.
something.
Weird.
Right.
Still not sure what that was about. Then he went to the Ministry, and then it was live sacrifices right there on Monday Night Raw. I mean, he carved his symbol into Midian's freaking chest. Yeah. He's hanging Stephanie McMahon on a cross or his symbol.
Right.
On Monday Night Raw. I mean, like there was points where like it was really uncomfortable.
Go back and watch some of that. That doesn't age.
Age well. It really doesn't. And then even since he's returned as the Dead Man, like post American Badass, like it was at first he had the cowboy hat.
I mean, they were straight lighting people in caskets on fire.
Sure.
Like
yeah, crazy.
Yikes.
But then he had the cowboy hat and he kind of had the belt buckle looking thing, and then he went back to like wrestling gear and the hat and a trench coat, but he still had like the MMA gloves.
Right.
Like there's been so many different versions of it, and it's okay to kind of play around with it. And
old.
I think the thing that surprised me most from this is the amount of people who are actually on board with what they're doing. Because, like, I'll admit, again, I'm scrolling through Twitter during intermissions, commercials, whatever, during the Capitals
You were
game.
fully hockey gaming.
Fully hockey gaming. And I just see the picture.
Right.
And I'm like...
Right.
I'm like, you have got to be kidding me.
They Mr. Rogered him.
I was like, are you... Because, like, at that point, I just see a sweater. And like,
I feel like everybody... Their response was, I can't believe the WWE is doing this.
Like,
and then it was, oh my God, wait a minute, what's going on?
Right.
No, is this... Oh, this is going to be fun.
Right. Yeah.
And through just one vignette. And then they had the Page doll there, too, which was cool. But, man, this is going to be a freaking hoot. I can't wait to see where they're going.
Yeah, and I know I read now, again, it's rumor and innuendo depending where you read it.
Oh,
there was a
on,
report
Jim, you're better than that.
That after Monday, like, shareholders were not happy with the segment, whatever, and that there was consideration to scrap it. They re-aired the vignette on SmackDown, so I think we're okay. I think we're in the clear. I think we're fine.
It was the same one. It was not a new vignette. We're just
not a new one.
Right.
But again, there are some people who only watch SmackDown.
One or the other.
So
Yep.
you get it there, and we don't know what brand Bray Wyatt is going to be on. So I think, having this character vignettes show on both shows until he lands somewhere is great. Dave does say, he says change is sometimes good, but it could ruin a career as well. I agree. 100%. 100%. I think this is going to do far more good than it is bad for Bray Wyatt.
I agree.
Because I think the original Bray character, it ran its course. And I think by the time...
I think it ran its course, though, as well, because the WWE, I think, stumbled a bit with it because it was such a unique, different character, Jim.
Yes.
That is the reason that it ran its course.
Well, then it just got to the point where it was like, oh, look, Bray attacks somebody on a pay-per-view. Guess what? Tomorrow night he's going to come out and promo about it. He's going to, pull some biblical verses and pull some poetry out of the air and sound real dark, real creepy.
Sure.
And, he's going to do that.
The kids are singing. He's got the whole world, in, his hand. Creepy as shit.
And
gave me goosebumps.
I'm going to stand here with the flashlights and the fireflies. And then he's going to do it next week, and he's going to promo again next week.
He's going to cut the block.
And then he's going to promo again next week, and then he's going to lose the feud.
That's it, right? And then he loses the feud. That's the problem.
I think it's over. And I think I
didn't know you had that sound effect.
I did.
Shit, I didn't have to do it myself.
So I think that by the time the gimmick had kind of gotten towards the end, he'd come out in promo, and I think people were just kind of tired of it because we knew where it was going. Like, I still love what he was saying, but I knew where it was going.
Right.
So,
right.
If
you don't end the segment with that, I'm going to be pissed. By the way, I'm just
good. SmackDown Live. Oh, don't forget this: the Viking Raiders.
Better than the Viking Experience.
Well, that's
because the Viking Experience is the worst name I've ever heard.
Oh wait, where's the other one?
That one will always get me
It
laughing.
will always get.
Are you okay with it? I mean,
I'm fine with it.
It's not War Machine or War Raiders, but we call it what you want. They're not going to take the word Viking out, apparently.
No, I think we're here for whatever Viking whatever they have. So we got to roll with it.
But Viking, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of bummed. Like they would do like the whole war chant. I think like that was what they were doing in NXT when the crowd would war back to them, or whatever. I think is what it was.
But see, I also
they
wonder.
Weren't saying Raiders.
No, they were saying war.
Right.
But I also wonder too, especially with Samoa Joe now moving to Monday Night Raw.
Oh yeah.
If they don't want to get Joe confused with war.
No, that's
war.
fair.
You know.
What is it good for? Absolutely.
So we're stuck with the Vikings. Raiders better than experience. So
10 times.
All of you people who changed your Twitter name to, the Bill Nye experience or whatever. Sorry. Your fun has run its course. And we get Seth.
But the WWE will never listen to the audience.
No, never.
Never. They're just gonna force feed us whatever they want to give us. And that's coming from me.
Speaking of never listening to the fans, Seth versus AJ.
Boy, well, they didn't give that any time to build a feud. I'm an angry Twitter guy. You have 3 weeks and just give me the match right away? Pfft. What do I need to watch for the next 2 weeks for?
I hard swallowed one of those sprees.
They're not a pill.
I'm going to die.
You
I'm
okay? Do you need me to keep going? Just angry Twitter guy?
No, I'm fine. Seth, get it now. Get it now before somebody accidentally, could potentially get hurt at Battleground in July.
I agree.
It'll be fine. And Money in the Bank is out of the not big 4 pay-per-views, it's also one of the biggest pay-per-views of the year.
I also agree with that. I think it's one of the funnest, one of the most biggest people want to talk about.
Absolutely. Let's look at SmackDown real quick.
Let's look at it.
We get Charlotte versus Becky again because they didn't just load the SmackDown roster with a ton of other women.
Yeah, that's right.
Just saying. But we do get Kevin Owens coming to his senses and not being a good guy anymore.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin Owens as a good guy is always fun for like a week or two. It's like,
why would anybody be friends with him again?
Ever. Ever.
It's never worked.
I mean, that time with Jericho?
Nope, didn't work.
Oh, that time with Sami Zayn?
Mm-mm.
No.
Didn't.
With Daniel Bryan?
You disrespectful, stupid idiot.
Shouldn't have said it. That's my bad, Chris J.
Now I owe Tony Khan some money, I guess.
Right.
But no, I think this is going to set up. Did they officially announce them? I didn't see SmackDown this week, but
no, you're taking it a Bears game.
I would assume Money in the Bank. We
Probably.
see that match, and here's the thing, and this is I love the Kofi win, the title win.
Yeah,
having that moment. I would not be shocked nor upset. Kevin Owens walks out of Money in the Bank as the new champion.
I think it's too soon.
It might be, and maybe this feud has more to it, but
That's just my take.
I think you can move it, maybe put it back on.
I think it'll be a fun match, though.
Absolutely should be. So
it would have been fun without having him destroy the New Day, but it's fine.
Sure.
Speaking of which, the New Day was on Double Dare this week.
So was the Bellas. The Bella twins. Yeah,
I actually watched an episode, which is weird to say at 35 years old. That
right.
I DVR'd Nickelodeon to watch the Bellas.
Your niece,
but I know, dude. I also grew up watching it.
Right.
I was excited when Double Dare came back, and I DVR'd the first few episodes, and then I was like, oh, it's somewhat like it was. And I'm not a huge fan of the host. Forget her name.
Yeah, she's
not Mark Summers.
She is no Mark Summers. Cute as a button.
She is.
Cute as a button, but
What the hell's
she's
her name? Liza
something.
Isa something
but
or another?
A little too much energy for my taste, but it's the kind of thing you need. Again, I'm old. I'm not, like, it's not geared towards
Looking
me.
at 35, it's not geared
like,
towards me.
I know it's not geared toward me, you know, and your niece.
But fun to watch, dude.
Huge wrestling fan.
She is a big wrestling fan.
And I'm sure she enjoyed it.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
I did DVR them. Haven't had a chance to watch again. My hopes and dreams got crushed yesterday.
But really smart using, like, the bellows. Oh, sorry.
I need a minute. Thank you.
I mean, at least you're vertical and you're podcasting tonight.
Yeah. It wasn't pretty.
I believe it.
I mean, at this time yesterday, the game was still on, and I may have still been happy at this time yesterday. I don't remember the exact, time of day when goals were scored, but I'm not gonna lie, there was crying. I cried.
That thing I got over late too.
It was late, double overtime,
Yeah.
a loss. I didn't move for about an hour. I was just kind of like stunned.
Yeah.
That the title defense was over.
The dog cowered in the corner.
Tears shed. Now he was asleep, man. I here's the thing. Like I have gotten a little bit better.
That game could have ended at 6 and he'd have been asleep.
At internalizing my anger and all that, but
swallow it in.
Swallow it in.
Swallow it in.
I'm sure that's completely healthy.
The heart can take
it. Yeah, it's just keep.
Yeah, just keep swallowing that in.
Throw some beer on top of it. We'll be fine. We did something this week, and I don't remember even necessarily the catalyst, and it may have just been people asking for releases or injuries that have come up. But I posed the question out on social media, and if you didn't see the question in the social media and you're following along on the live page, first off, give it a share. This would be a great time to give it a share.
Great time.
So people have a chance to answer the question here with us live, because we did get some answers. I posed a question of the week, and it was very simply this. Should WWE have an off season?
Great question.
And by off season, I truly mean it like a sports off season where, after WrestleMania, after you can set the parameters, but they have a cutoff point. There is no new programming for a set period of time, a month, 2 months, 3 months, whatever. You can kind of set the parameters. But should WWE have an off season?
Great question. I love this.
Right. And we got some great answers.
Let's
Mull it
hear
over a
some.
little bit. Follow along. If you're following along in the live video, throw an answer up there.
This is the time to hit the share button. I want to hear what your friends and you have to say.
Charlie
your
answered, and I'm not going to read all of them because we did get a lot of
We did.
responses
Great
on
responses.
this, and we appreciate every answer we got. Charlie said maybe not an off season, but more of a revolving roster, so talent isn't working 300+ days a year. Would keep talent fresh, health-wise, and with the crowd. Just bouncing through a couple of here.
That sounds like that wouldn't be hard to do.
I don't think it would
either,
especially with the depth of roster.
With the depth that they
now.
have right now, right?
Now, whether or not your TV networks that pay you a lot of money would want that may be another story.
And I think that's on the WWE to create more top tier talent. That hey, you're not going to get. I don't know. You're not going to get Charlotte Flair, but it's Becky Lynch right now. Flair will be back in 2 months after her rest period.
Yeah,
and then a new feud will pick up then. I think that's an easy sell, and you just have to build the stars then.
Daryl says, I don't think so. I do think they should work less overall dates and rotate out talent, so similar to what Charlie said. Let's see. Frank said, and I love Frank said, this actually caught me by surprise a little bit. We love Frank Boris. He says, no way. WWE is one of the few venues of entertainment that offers new programming 52 weeks out of the year. Why take that away and give the fans less? However, he would like to see them reduce the number of pay-per-views or special events to make them a little bit more special.
Okay. I can agree. That makes sense.
Yeah.
It is the WWE.
Nick says, yes, the wrestlers deserve time off and to recuperate. And Jay kind of, asked, he said, that's a hard question. How long? Is it everybody? Is it somebody? And I said, under this parameter, this would be a cutoff.
You're saying it is WrestleMania, and we now go 2 months.
Right.
Let's just say no wrestling.
2 months, no new programming.
No
whether or not
new
you
SmackDown,
throw
Raw.
Right. Whether
no
you throw like a NXT up there, whether you throw kind of a best of, or whether you showcase some product that is on the WWE network, on the USA or whatever, that's up to the WWE's discretion. But there is no new wrestling shows. There's no pay-per-views, no live Monday Night Raws, no live SmackDowns.
So there could be NXT at this time.
There could be.
So like the WWE would be smart if in this time you're not going to not have wrestling. The WWE would put up a clip show.
But
Hey, here's
the
NXT.
WWE main roster product.
Got it.
Has an off season.
Got it.
Tannen says no, cut down the number of pay-per-views, keep the big four and Money in the Bank, and maybe bring back King of the Ring.
Okay.
That way there's actual builds towards these pay-per-view matches.
Hey, we talk about this all the time.
Yeah.
Especially toward WrestleMania. There's no need to throw a pay-per-view.
Between Rumble and Mania, never have a pay-per-view.
All on TV. And also they make money. I get they make money.
Right, exactly.
Right.
Mario says less dates around the holidays, so the wrestlers can be with their families.
Hey, that's fair.
Again, that's just a few of the answers I post up there. And here's the thing: like, obviously, if I'm going to post a question like that, I'm going to have an answer, and I'm going to have, and I'm going to have thoughts on it. There should not be an off season.
Okay,
like there absolutely shouldn't. And along the lines of what Frank Board said, is pro wrestling is one of those thing, because like right now we're getting into springtime. Shows, your normal television shows are coming towards their season finales, and for those sort of programming, I think those sort of things are good.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to kind of give the actors a break, give a chance to write the new seasons, things like that.
Sure.
And people are watching TV a little bit less.
Yep.
During this summer, people are at the beach, people are on vacation, people are playing baseball, people are just enjoying getting drunk out on their deck.
Ping pong, I mean anything. They could be playing anything.
Ding dang, whatever
Ding
it
dang.
is.
Badminton,
anything, any number of things, any number of reasons you're pulled away from the TV. But the thing I've always enjoyed, no matter what, is at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, whatever it was, I can come home, I can get in front of my TV, I can watch Monday Night Raw. Or now, of course, with the luxury of DVR.
I mean, we're both like beach guys. Yeah. Like we make it a point on a Monday night to go to Grotto Pizza because they have the TVs at every booth.
We have done this,
and we'll watch Monday Night Raw and delicious Grotto Pizza. It's a great Monday night.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you're at the fucking beach.
Like I can literally hear waves crashing. I'm eating Grotto Pizza and I'm watching Monday Night Raw.
Can life get better at that moment?
I mean, it might be able to. I could win a lot of money, but without the millions of dollars, that's a pretty good damn night. Yeah. But here's the thing: like, it shouldn't have an off season. But I much like other people in some of the comments, I do think that they should be able to utilize the roster size that they have. Sure. Give people some time off. Let people take time away. Because here's the thing. When somebody gets hurt, and you never want to see a superstar get hurt, but listen to the pop that Kevin Owens got when he returned, that Sami Zayn got when they returned. Nia Jax just had both of her ACLs done.
Yeah.
I guarantee you when she comes back, there's going to be a pop.
Yeah.
Like,
it's also a nice time to, like, hey, let's just refresh a little bit.
Exactly.
You don't even have to do a whole lot different.
Exactly.
A slight like gimmick change is all you need.
Right. It's some
gear,
sort of
a gear change.
A gear change. Haircut. For Balor, change up the paint a little bit. Change up the color of the club. Whatever.
Right.
Go
from black trunks to like dark gray trunks.
Yeah. There's more
dark blue trunks.
There's
so
more
many
shading
options
on the club itself. But giving that refresh.
The club.
Got it. Yeah.
Got it.
But just giving those people time away, not only to refresh their character, but refresh their body. It is a hard business.
Sure.
And I know, they wrestle. I think that you have 2 or 3 house shows a week and a Monday Night Raw. Some people may only wrestle 1 or 2 out of those days. There's still travel time. Like, regardless of how great these athletes are, it's tough.
Yeah.
But no, there should not be an off season. Like,
did I talk about setting up the ring for Northern Tier on air? I don't know if I did.
No, I don't think you did.
Just a really cool moment. We did it. It was a soccer venue, and girls' soccer practice was there, and like their dads were coming. Soccer practice was almost over. We're talking to the guys, and just to the point of like the wrestlers are like putting their bodies on the line. The ring was built. We were dropping the boards in, and they're like, "Oh, like, is this it?" Yeah, there's not much here, buddy. Like, go ahead, hop up there, and like feel like what these boards are. These are wooden ass boards with a really small piece of padding, with this even tinier piece of canvas holding everything together. Like, I'm not surprising anybody's illusion of what professional wrestling is saying of this. I don't think. But just to see the reaction of like these soccer dads, there was like, yeah, man, I grew up watching Hogan, Andre, and then Steamboat Savage, WrestleMania 3. It's just so cool to see a wrestling ring like this. Wow, I never thought it was just like wood. Like, I thought there were springs and like much more bouncy, like a trampoline. No,
No.
These guys are falling on this is like lumber. They're bumping on this stuff.
Right.
Constantly in a match.
Right.
Multiple times. When I'm talking like just one slam, like multiple times these
right.
guys are falling
and
on
canvas
this.
isn't exactly like soft either.
No, it's not. Then we got the ropes. Oh, these aren't like rubber bands. These aren't like no. It's not like your
like
toy.
that little like springy stuff the guys are coming off of. They're doing that themselves.
Right. It's either a rope or like a cable wrapped in some tape. Like
or
we're not talking like
or isn't like didn't they also use like gasoline hose at times?
I've seen that. Like that's yeah.
But I mean
but it's not
any
like
of those things are
like
not
it's
rubber bands.
It's not like a rubber band like in your wrestling ring that you would buy at Toys R Us.
I still haven't unboxed mine yet.
You haven't unboxed your retro
I
ring?
want to.
It's a great look. I do have mine
to.
unboxed. I wish I didn't because the box got damaged.
I'm going to be real careful.
I'm more of a in the package guy.
Yeah.
But mine's set up. But yeah, it's not a toy. Like this is not. These guys are really falling, and it's very, very competitive. It is very, and man, at the same time, I don't want to see an off season.
Yeah.
I mean, it's such a unique hybrid. Who was I talking? The conversation was from you actually. We spoke it up. It's sports entertainment, so
right.
it's not the NFL where you have an off season.
No,
entertainment wise, it's not like a concert that the band needs to go and rewrite new songs or like give their vocal cords a couple months or. The circus, and I don't even think that exists anymore. Like Ringling Brothers, like that never ran.
Still circus. They don't have the animals.
Oh, okay. That never ran like year round. Like they had
right.
breaks. Like sports entertainment, this is such a hybrid of everything, and that's the uniqueness of it. Like Frank said, you don't. I think WWE could get away with it. I really do.
Yeah,
I think they could bring up NXT and have NXT
Frank
for a couple
great
months.
Quote from Jim Cornette: "How can I miss you if you never leave?"
Hey,
but just and again,
great.
He's not a proponent of an off season, but he giving guys a break.
Sure.
And
right,
yeah,
right,
100%. I know. There's some old timers in the business that aren't a fan of a lighter work schedule because they're like, oh yeah, well the reason these guys are getting hurt now is because like our bodies were all calloused up and you probably all your nerve endings are gone. Like you guys, like how many of you guys are like 65 and literally can't walk? Like I think we've learned a lot over the years.
Some of those old timers are never going to change their opinion though. That's the thing. Like you're just not.
No, Billy Graham's an asshole.
Right. I was gonna say Billy Graham's the first thing that pops in my mind. Even like Cornette to a degree. Like it's not the same wrestling business.
Right.
So let's stop pretending it is. It's not. Hammerlock, drop down, whatever, rest hold, finishing maneuver, end. Like, I don't think you're going to have a ton of wrestling fans if you present that style of wrestling to the masses. No. You're not going to have fans. There is a small carve out of fans. I mean, we talked about, our close personal friend Adam Lavelle, Bebe, is that guy.
Yeah.
Like he likes that style of, and that's great.
That's fine.
I'm never going to slam anybody for doing it.
No, I'm never going to tell anybody that your flavor of wrestling is bad, wrong, or whatever. You know what I'm also not going to do is I'm also not going to respond to actual wrestlers in the business and tell them they're wrong about something when they have an opinion about what the business is like.
Right.
If there's anybody that should have an opinion greater than any of ours, it's people who are actually fucking wrestlers.
What?
Right. Surprising.
Unreal.
Surprising.
Dave said he took a bump. They're not.
I learned how to take a bump once, and it's not fun. The ropes leave marks, man. Like
they do. I think that was the biggest thing. I was shocked at. Like, I just assumed they were like rubber fucking bands myself.
Right. Like 2 days after, I was like,
oh man,
what the fuck is
you
on
got
my
the
back?
bruise. Yeah, wild.
Again, no off season,
and we were in a bit better shape then. I mean, again, that was 10 years ago at least. Better shape.
We were less fat than we are now. I don't want to even say we were in better shape. We were less fat.
Colby says boo Cornette. And here's the deal. For 90% of what Cornette says, I agree. I kind of boo him. But God damn it, do I love hearing him talk and the stories he can tell. And even the Viceland special. I just love.
God, how good is that?
I love Cornette's passion for what he does.
If you guys have not seen any of those on Viceland, The Dark Side of the Ring, I watched the 3 episodes that have aired. 2 episodes that have aired so far.
It was the Savage one, and then the screw job.
Screw job. This week was the Bruiser Brody murder.
One. Yeah.
That I am all in. Dutch Mantel's the narrator of the fucking thing.
Boy, do these guys put really good specials together? Kudos to Viceland.
So good. If you haven't checked that out, make sure you do it. It's really.
We'll try to find a link and throw it up on the page if you're not familiar with what we're talking about. It's phenomenal.
Man, there is no way we're getting to everything we have on the schedule tonight. That's okay, though. That's okay. Today, this wasn't even on my original schedule. Today, the WWE first quarter financial report came out. These are just a few of the highlights. Revenues were at $182.4 million as compared to $187.7 million last year. So you're down about $5.5 million in the prior year quarter. So that is a year ago today. So revenues down, and you got to think about some of these things where like you have more people on the UK brand, you have more people in NXT, you maybe have some bigger contracts, reworked contracts, so that's going to help. That's going to hurt your revenue a little bit. Operating income reflected a loss of $6.8 million as compared to income of $21.8 million. So that's a pretty big hit from a year ago today. Network average paid subscribers increased 2% to 1.58 million paid subscribers, consistent with the company's guidance. Digital video views increased 15% to 7.7 billion. Hours consumed increased 23% to 300 million hours across digital platforms, and social media followers increased 12% to over 1 billion on social media. So again,
there's some strong numbers there, though. I mean, social medias. That's the
yes, it's kind of that push and pull thing. How much do ratings play? What social medias play? And I think everything in entertainment as a whole is kind of in a flux point there.
I feel like the E is on the cutting edge with a lot of that.
I think so too. Some WrestleMania highlights. It broke MetLife Stadium's highest grossing entertainment event at $16.9 million, attracting a capacity crowd of 82,265. Networks,
some of which is still waiting for New Jersey Transit to get them home.
Yes,
still waiting there.
Good,
it's a real
God,
unfortunate.
I hope the hot dog guy has at least paid them a visit.
Unfortunate.
WWE Network subscribers viewed 23.2 million hours during WrestleMania week, which was roughly on par with the same week last year. Again, NXT is about the same length. WrestleMania is about the same length. The Hall of Fame, I think, was probably a little even shorter this year. So it's, and depending how many people are catching things prior to that. During WrestleMania week, 17.9 million hours were consumed on digital and social media platforms, up 29% from the prior year. WWE Network's total subscribers reached 2 million on April 8th, 2009, the day after WrestleMania. Of course, Mania featuring the historic first ever women's main event starring Rousey, Charlotte Flair, and Becky Lynch. So I think this report's kind of a tale of two stories. Your revenues and operating income down.
Better get to Saudi Arabia.
You took a loss. And again, the Saudi Arabia show was right after Mania last year.
Right.
So I don't know if that would necessarily get reflected in that, but they're going to be there in June this year. So quarter 2, quarter 3, you're going to see a little bit of that revenue pick up from there. I don't know what a lot of all these numbers mean.
Sure.
I'm not an economist. I'm not, anything of the sort. But ultimately, when you're talking about revenues was $182.4 million.
Yeah.
As compared to 187.7. So yeah, you lost $5.5 million in revenue. You still made $182 million in revenue.
Right. I don't know how things like Vince McMahon selling off some of his shares for the XFL plays into this.
I don't know.
But like that has to play a role in it. I'd like to know like what their average age of like their investor is.
Yeah,
because I would feel like those are an old timey. I don't want to say old timey like they have mustaches or anything like that. But
I'm old wrestling guy.
Right, I'm old wrestling guy. I'm in wrestling into but like to them, they may not understand like the importance of a strong social media game. And I'm not saying that they're ignorant, but like if you have an old guy, that's investing, they want to see what their ratings are.
Sure.
If you started investing in the WWE early on, you did it because they had good ratings and they were like the player. So if ratings are down, yeah, it's going to dip a little bit. And stock, I think their stock tumbled today. When it comes out, that's a normal thing. It'll rebound.
It was down 13 points today. It's still trading at over 80, 85, I think.
Still significantly up to where it was. Significantly.
100%.
But yeah, it'll rebound within a week or two. It's not going to be a big deal, in my opinion.
But back in my day, we didn't have all these Twitter pages and things like that. We had our monthly wrestling shows.
Right.
And we went down to the circus and watched the sideshow of the wrestling and guys headlocking each other. And it was so much fun.
So much better time.
It was so much fun. Them matches, 2 matches, and it was an 8-hour show.
8 hours.
Oh, it was so much
Remember that
fun.
hammerlock?
I was drinking Moxie.
I love me some Moxie.
Moxie's good. Like, come on, people. Like,
women couldn't vote. It was the greatest of times.
Holy no!
It was the bestest of times.
I think it was the worst of times.
It fucking
actually.
was. Everything's gotten better, folks.
Yes.
Christ, everything.
Yeah,
100%. Again, go back to ice cream. You don't like vanilla. Don't eat vanilla.
Exactly.
Right.
I'm not going to fault anybody for their brand. Don't come into my house and spit in my face.
I also like vanilla.
I love vanilla.
I love chocolate.
I love chocolate.
I really do.
I
am
also
a
like butter
wrestling
brickle.
fan. That's a stretch.
I like butter pecan.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one.
Okay, that's a good one.
Right.
Mint chocolate chip.
Love it.
Love mint chocolate chip.
I love mint chocolate chip without the mint. They call that cookies and cream. I love it.
I do love that as well.
They're
Chocolate chip cookie dough.
I
so
love
good.
cookie dough.
Now, I do like the white mint chocolate chip over the green.
Do you really?
Yeah, the natural stuff.
Yeah.
That it's just like milk, sugar,
and like menthe.
And peppermint oil.
Right, yeah.
And the chocolate.
Like
the
a
chocolate
Newport's
chippies.
ground up in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk a little bit.
The name of the documentary on Viceland is Beyond the Ring. What the hell did they call it?
Dark Side of the Ring.
Dark Side of the Ring. The Dark Side of the
Yeah.
Ring. It's a series. First one was about the Macho Man.
Macho Man and Elizabeth.
And Elizabeth.
Yes. Elizabeth.
And then we have
Montreal Screwjob.
the Montreal Screwjob.
And this week, I think it's airing now.
Is the
Bruiser Brody murder. And like, here's the thing. I wasn't alive when that happened, but I'm like,
are you familiar with any of like?
I am. I've read the stories about it. Fucked up.
It's really a
Holy
really wild
shit.
thing.
Holy shit.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with Bruiser Brody, just do yourself like watch a match or two and then watch this documentary, and you're just going to be mind fucked as to how deep and twisted this tale is. It's wild.
Wow. Frank says next week on the Dark Side is the Von Erichs.
Oh my God, the Von Erich tragedies. Yikes.
Damn. Yeah, that's a
family. A whole family of heartbreak,
dude.
Really, it is
so much. Let's talk a little bit about AEW. It was announced on through the, I think it was the
reason that the stock's down, obviously.
Right. I think it was
AEW.
the Road to Double or Nothing video that Cody's opponent is none other than Dustin Rhodes. Yeah, and he has like half Dustin face and then like half gold dust paint, but it's red and black.
Oh,
yeah, and he's and there is a really awesome video. If you have not seen it, it is on Dustin's social media pages where he kind of says goodbye to the gold dust character. Like, here's the thing: I didn't cry like I cried for the Capitals last night,
sure.
But like it was emotional watching that. I have loved the gold dust character since day one.
Yeah.
Because it was
so like, unorthodox.
It was what was the word? Pritchard, androgynous.
Androgynous.
Like
yes.
they never said gay.
Right.
Like I mean I know like Roddy Piper in the Backlot Brawl feud called him like a fruitcake or things. But like they never actually used the word gay. They didn't use any other word for gay. But it was just you never knew what he was, what the relationship with Marlena was. Like it was so well done. And the guy's like a Texas hick.
Yeah.
Like if go to Dustin Rhodes'
dude, I think it's gotta be why it was so successful though.
Has to be. He just totally bought in. Like, I mean, we've met Patrick Clark, the Velveteen Dream.
Yes, yeah.
The Patrick that we've met, that we've had on our show, is nothing like the Velveteen Dream.
Probably the most humble, nicest.
Just quiet, like, yeah, just humble.
Of the business, yeah.
And so different than the Velveteen Dream. And
I've heard that about like the Miz too. Like the Miz, I heard is very down to earth when he's like
a
people.
bro. He's like a dude from Cleveland,
right?
Like he's like Dave and what was the other guy who was in here?
Right, just some
like the two guys from Ohio
friends,
you know?
right?
But yeah, just I mean,
Right, he's just chill.
Mrs.
Chase? It wasn't
Mrs. is
Chase.
still so good.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, it's great.
I can't commit.
Just say your DVR. It's a
can't
half an
commit.
hour.
I just can't commit,
Ryan,
Jim.
you watched the entire season of The Office in like a month.
The entire series.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
worse.
even worse. Yeah, it
In
was
a
like 2 months.
month and a half.
Okay,
Let's
Did I
meet
tell
in the
you,
middle.
I wanted to do Cheers. I really wanted to do Cheers because I'd never watched Cheers. I sat down. Tell me more. I made it like 5 episodes. It's just. No, go the other way.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
I just can't do it. I just can't. I enjoy it. It's just dated, is what it is.
All right,
it's just.
Here's the
dated.
thing. I love Cheers.
Sure.
But I watched Cheers
At the
back
time.
in the day.
Yeah.
So it's still funny to me.
It's just
I could see that. I could see how it
Like,
doesn't.
It's humorous, but it's like, God, this is a commitment. It was on forever.
It was 11 seasons or 9 seasons.
Just
or
too
something
much
like
for me
that.
to like really get into it. So I had to pull the plug before I
That's
felt
fine.
like I had to.
That's fine.
Commit to it.
You had to stay in.
You know how I get. I don't want to be that guy.
But saying goodbye to the Goldust character, and then he did post this to his social media. He said, "Hello WWE Universe. To begin, I want to say just how much I appreciate you allowing me to entertain you over these long and winding years. Being the son of the legendary Dream has been and will always be an immense honor and blessing to me, and I've always done the best to fill his shoes." And it goes on to say, with that being said, I've been putting my body through quite a bit these last 30 years. That's just crazy, too. 30 years in the business, man. And many opportunities have been presented to me have taken a back seat to my love of wrestling. I've requested my release from WWE, and it has been granted. I'm taking this time to explore some of many opportunities. Life is too short to not take all the chances you feel driven to take, and I will give this next chapter of my life focus and effort. I would appreciate your continued support as I turn this page in my life and go wherever this journey may lead me to next. WWE has given me and my family such incredible years and experiences, and I have nothing but respect and warmth for everyone there. The roster is stacked with awe-inspiring talent who want the best and are breaking down all barriers to grab that coveted, elusive brass ring. To WWE and to each and every one of my coworkers, I love you. I appreciate you. I thank you for loving and taking care of me for so long. Keep doing your thing and find you out there. Thank you so very much and God bless. Remember and never forget the name of Goldust. And he says, till next time. But he will be taking on Cody at Double or Nothing Memorial Day weekend. And I know the shirt that was on Pro Wrestling Tees is saying like one last ride. So I don't know if this is his last match, if he's going to work sporadically. Like I said, he's going to be at MCW this Saturday night in Joppa, Maryland. So you may want to check him out there.
I don't believe he's wrestling.
Oh, he's not wrestling. It's an appearance.
I believe it's an appearance. I can't believe the WWE would have him wrestle that soon.
Well, I mean,
just as
no,
a
but
gut.
when he is
Let me
free,
look it up.
he is free and clear. And he may not be wrestling, but he'll at least be there. So go check him out. But he's free and clear now.
Okay.
Like when you ask for your release, Nick, it's granted. Sorry, Luke Harper. You're free and clear. You
so
can
there
do
was
whatever you want.
there was no compete.
No, he's done. He's clear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't
he's
know
clear.
that. Okay, well maybe he is then.
Because
I thought they no compete would have.
I also saw Dean Ambrose today is now in the alumni section
that.
of WWE.com.
I saw that.
But here's the thing, man. Like I have loved Goldust.
Right.
For a very long time. I've loved the character since the beginning. Like it was a heel, it was weird, it was freaky, it made you feel uncomfortable. I think all of those things are great in professional wrestling. Like at any point when you can feel uncomfortable by a character, I think that's a good thing. It's and you had to know over the last couple of years that his career is winding down, and he's probably not going to be in WWE forever. Like at no point, him and Cody had the tag team title run, and it was fun and it was awesome, and it was super cool for them. Your mic's back on, but besides that, like he shouldn't have a title in the WWE, even if he's in the WWE.
Right.
So, I'm it's awesome. He's moving on. I think the match with Cody should be awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think the WWE gave it the full respect that it could have gotten, and gave them the opportunity to tell that story in that match the way that I think they could have. So, I'm super excited. For what it could be. Colby says, is Goldust coming alone to MCW, or is some AEW talent going to show? I think this is just Dustin.
I mean, let's be real. You never know. You do never know what's going to happen.
You
I mean, just a couple weeks or a month or two ago, they had Kazarian and Christopher Daniels.
Sure.
So like, you don't know, because there was even chatter about that. Like, did they come alone?
Right,
because
you never know.
The Elite is very mobile. I mean, if you watch that,
being advertised as
Goldust.
as Dustin Rhodes, formerly known as Goldust.
Oh, yes.
But and he kind of retired the gimmick, so I don't know. I assume he's never going to be Goldust away from the WWE. I'm sure he will do the thing if you want him to do that, whatever. But I wouldn't expect
do the thing.
Do the
thing.
Do the thing, man. Goldust is great, and the character evolved over time, which was awesome. I like some of the throwbacks to the original Goldust that we saw in his latest run.
Yeah, it just says featuring Goldust on the card. It says Dustin Runnels, formerly known as Goldust. This is not the first time Goldust was at the MCW arena, though, either.
Wasn't it?
His last time when he hit the Independence. Briefly there before his return to the WWE when they did, MCW had grabbed him up there. So a lot of fun promotions down there in Joppa, Maryland. If you're not coming to hang out with us in Stevens, head down there, say hello to the MCW. Really, really cool venue. Check that out too. Yeah, Goldust. Cool.
Vince McMahon
flying tonight.
Vince McMahon's a bully.
Get the fuck out of here. I don't want to hear any of that bullshit.
Undertaker
I sound like you again.
Undertaker and Kurt Angle are out of Starrcast. It was announced earlier this week. In an interview with Sports Illustrated, Starrcast organizer Conrad Thompson said the announcement went wide and viral. I was told it had gotten WWE's attention, and that Vince McMahon texted the Undertaker about the appearance. Taker's representation, which is a company called Get Engaged, called to tell me WWE says he can't do it. I had a friend discuss the situation with Vince McMahon, and I was rest assured the heat wasn't on me or my event, but rather the Undertaker shouldn't be doing personal appearances outside of WWE. I was assured that damages would be covered, a suitable replacement offered, and some sort of compromise to make everyone happy. Thompson went on to suggest that he suggested Vince McMahon, Stephanie McMahon, or Triple H as possible replacements, and that he would donate 100% of the proceeds to Connor's cure. But then he was given a full refund from Undertaker's booking company. Thompson hoped to secure Shawn Michaels as the replacement, but Michaels backed out due to the close proximity of Starrcast and AEW.
Yeah.
The report states that The Undertaker and Kurt Angle both signed new WWE contracts, which they did, and WWE is exercising its right to withhold talent from any events deemed not in the company's best interest. Quote, I had an agreement in place with talent, said Thompson, without exception. I dealt directly with the talent or their management. They set their terms, and I complied. First-class travel accommodations were made, and marketing was done. Now, thanks to the influence of WWE, the performers are missing out on substantial income, and the fans are being punished. Thompson previously revealed the Undertaker's manager pulled him from doing a stage show podcast at the event as they didn't want it filmed. Undertaker was scheduled to sign autographs prior to this most recent news. Colby, we'll get to the to that as well.
Business.
Yeah, like here's the thing.
If you're Vince McMahon, do you want your guys out there doing indie bookings now that you've re-signed a contract with them, which I'm sure financially compensates them, and it's a contract. If you're the Undertaker and I'm Vince McMahon and I offer you a contract, you have the right to say yes or no.
No thanks.
Great. Enjoy Starrcast.
Right.
But there was probably enough zeros on that contract for you to say, you know what?
Vince, can I wait to sign this till, I don't know, June 1st?
Hell no.
Okay.
Thanks. Right. You know what I mean?
Here's the thing.
Come on.
Don't get me wrong. Like, the fans the fans that had, the purchase to the meet and greet, the autograph, whatever, yes, they're losing out. Let's stop pretending that Kurt Angle and The Undertaker are hurting financially because they're not going to Starrcast.
Right.
They're not. First off, from their career, they're not. Secondly, that contract they just signed, they're not hurting.
Right. Here's the deal. You want to see Kurt Angle? Go to Access.
Well, and here's the thing
It's
too.
going to be that simple.
And I'm not saying this isn't everybody thing, but I'm almost willing to guarantee the majority of the people who were going to go to this event to meet and greet The Undertaker, to meet and greet Kurt Angle, have already met and gret them at Access.
Could be.
Or when Kurt Angle was on the freaking Indies.
Yeah, can't forget about that. You're right.
Like I know people in our area that had met him at shows in our area, indie shows.
Yes.
Like high school gym indie shows.
Yes, sir.
So like Vince, this is the one thing that frustrates me sometimes with wrestling fans. When Chris Jericho shows up at the AEW press conference and says, I've signed for 3 years here. And he goes on his podcast, I'm only wrestling with AEW for 3 years because this company's better than any company right now. Everybody loves it. Mm-hmm. A shot at Vince is awesome. Vince is scared. Vince is going to get shaken. AEW is coming to get you. They got better merchandise. They have the money. They have this.
You're such an asshole. They got better merchandise.
Well,
That's all they have is merchandise.
Well, I've seen people say that. I'm just saying things that I've seen.
I know.
But first off, did you not think Vince McMahon wasn't going to take shots back?
Right.
Like Vince McMahon.
Right.
Like billion-dollar CEO, owner of a company.
Here's something I'm going to say, and nobody's going to want to hear it, but I'm going to say it.
Say it, Ryan.
I feel like if you're in the wrestling business, you're living in Vince McMahon's world.
You are.
You're in Vince McMahon's world.
There's not an AEW if it's not for Vince McMahon. Because if there's not Vince McMahon, now don't get me wrong, there would probably still be professional wrestling of some kind.
Sure.
But there would not be, like, Ted Turner does not get into the wrestling business.
He would have never gotten the wrestling
without Vince
business.
McMahon.
Right.
The owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars is not getting into the professional wrestling business without Vince McMahon.
Right.
Sinclair Broadcasting is not getting in to the wrestling.
Right. You might get a few local indie shows that make like the local indie.
Oh, there's going to be
channels.
regionals. There's going to be
regional,
Stampede Wrestling. There's still going to be, Mid-South. There's going to be Memphis Wrestling. There's going to be, hell, the Sportatorium might have never shut down in Texas.
We might still be watching show. We might be going to the ECW arena to watch ECW
we
wrestling.
Might be.
Right.
But AEW is not a thing without Vince McMahon.
They're not a thing on the level that they're supposed to be on. Right.
No, certainly not.
They're not pay-per-viewing sellouts. Correct.
Hell no. And here's the thing.
And I'm not stroking Vince's dick saying this either. It's just a fact.
It's truth.
Right.
And the thing is, why is it okay for everybody to take shots at the WWE? But if WWE fires back,
well, then it's the big guy bullying. Right.
They're just bullying. They're just trying to be mean. They're trying to take money out of people's hands. Again, the only reason that The Undertaker and Kurt Angle aren't going to be at Starrcast is because they literally had more money put into their hands.
Right.
By Vince McMahon.
Right. Maybe not that day, but that contract
they're taking an autograph out of your hand.
Sure.
If you had a ticket there, but they are not taking any money from the wrestlers.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I feel a little bad for if somebody bought this
Absolutely.
ticket and wanted to see and like. Also,
but don't buy a ticket that says card subject to change.
Bingo.
If afraid for it to change.
You've worked in wrestling enough.
Don't buy
an
obstructed view ticket and then get mad when your view's obstructed.
What?
Like, don't get me wrong. I love social media. I love interacting with our fans. I love interacting with people. Like, I do. I enjoy it most of the time. Shut it. But, man, sometimes it's like, do you think about the things you're saying before you put them out there? Because WWE's not bullying anybody. And that's going to transition into my next thing in terms of Sasha Banks. and Luke Harper. Luke Harper and Sasha Banks, and this may be not unpopular, they are not being bullied by their employer. Like, here's the deal. You sign for 2 years, you're locked for 2 years.
Right.
You can ask for your release. They don't have to give it to you.
Right.
And here's the deal.
And here's the thing. If they don't give it to you, you're still going to get paid.
Right.
According to that contract that you signed.
Right. Like, you may not be getting as many bonuses for time worked or merchandise, what have you.
Sure.
But you're still getting your base salary.
Right.
Which is probably pretty good.
Here's the I feel bad for the Luke Harper thing.
I feel bad for Luke
The guy
Harper.
got injured. And again, like, here's the deal. He gets injured. You get some news around you. You're wrestling at Access, Donovan Dijakovic.
Sure.
You know, the match is televised, and then you ask for your release.
Right. You're starting to train. And
Right.
again, it may be more of just he wants to spend less time
Sure.
on the road, which is, again, is fine.
Right.
But guess what? Right now,
And he would do fine on the indies.
sure.
He's
But
done fine on the indies before.
But right now,
Yeah.
he's not on the road.
Right.
He's not.
Right.
He's
He wasn't just on the road
Right.
recovering. Right.
So, and it came out today that not only is he not getting his release,
Yeah, I read this. This is salty. This one's tough. Again, they have the right to do it, and I'm
Fully
sure it was
within-
contractually agreed
fully
upon.
within their right.
Yep.
But he was injured for a period of time. So not only is the WWE not granting his release, they're extending his time there. The two.
It's not even funny.
Oh man, his contract was reportedly supposed to be up this November. They've optioned it, extending it for the time he missed during wrist surgery, which will keep him well into 2020.
What? Oh no! Fuck you, buddy.
Here's the deal. Business.
Right. Again, you sign a
Here's the
contract.
deal. You work for a business. I work for a business. When I'm at work, I do what is right and best for the business.
Here's the deal.
You do what's right and best for your business in that you're in, without disclosing like where any of us work. Like, you do what's right for business.
My company has a no compete.
Yeah.
Like, if I leave my company, if I get let go from my company, I can't go to a competitor
Right.
for I think it's 3 months.
Right. And that makes sense. Especially in your business, like where things could be cutting edge and you could have technologies or thoughts that you could take somewhere else. There's a lot of places like that.
There's a lot of places like that. So guess what?
If you get let go from your job and you can't go and work at a competitor, you don't have anybody to bitch to.
No.
You bought into that when you
And guess
got
what?
hired.
When I got hired, I had to sign
What?
I had to sign that agreement.
Right.
So again,
It's just business.
It protects the company that a person works for.
Right.
Again, and it's that plain and simple. So if you don't want the contract,
And that's not your company bullying you.
no, absolutely, that's a company
Right.
protecting themselves.
Right.
And guess what? When you have an AEW that is making waves, that is firing, AEW can say until they're blue in the face that they don't want to compete with the WWE. They're not out to be like the next WWE. But you can't say those things and take direct shots, because there has been direct shots fired at the WWE on being the elite. Jericho has fired live rounds verbally, and not in a way of like, fuck you, Vince, I hate you. It's just, I work for a different company now,
Right.
and we're going to do our best.
And just to let you know.
Exactly
your
as he
game.
should be. Exactly.
Right.
So guess what? WWE is going to fire back.
Right.
It's going to happen. If you don't like it, like if you didn't want the heat, stay out of the fucking kitchen, man.
Right.
Like, it's that simple. It's that simple. Like, I feel bad for Luke Harper. In a way, I even feel bad for Sasha Banks that they're that unhappy that they want out. But guess what? Again, don't sign a contract.
Right.
And I'd also, the Luke Harper and Sasha Banks situations are different too. Like, people are saying how like dramatically misused they've been. Luke Harper was misused. Sasha Banks has had a lot of main event, first time, title times. I get she's lost them, but again,
Dude, that's a prop.
It is a problem.
I'm sorry to say that. Like,
It is a problem.
let's call it what it is with the Sasha Banks.
It absolutely is. But she was the first ever of the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions.
Right.
Like, you can, for whether that lineage is 6 months or 60 years.
The first ever last woman standing match in NXT.
Ding.
The first ever
Hell in a Cell match. Ding.
I mean,
So,
so many. Come on. The first ever women's ladder.
Yeah.
It's so many things. You can only be the first of. Now that you're done with the first year of everything and you weren't in the main event, is that what? And you had to drop your championship prop at WrestleMania to a legitimate tag team?
Yes.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, like it and you know is you know, just people are, you know, people are going to be happy, people are going to be mad, people are going to be grumpy.
Don't even want to hear it.
And this ties into, because I know Colby wanted to touch on this, and apparently it's been something that's been happening for a few years. But CM Punk
was not in Endgame. Spoiler.
He was
alert.
not in Endgame. Colt Cabana might have been though. That might be a spoiler. But
Hulk might have been.
CM Punk in a mask, sweatshirt, gloves, appeared at an indie show, did the go to sleep and did a run out. Apparently he's been doing these for a while. It's cool. If he wants to do that kind of stuff, that's awesome, man.
Maybe it's it, maybe it's not.
Right. We don't know for a fact that
I feel like this one was. If you look at like the face, the eyes, the lips, it looks like
I've
CM
seen some
Punk.
close-ups, and I think this one was definitely him.
Because I studied the lips of CM Punk, of course.
But tying Punk to the thing we just talked about.
Oh, get out of here with this horseshit tweet, Jim.
Imagine
You're
holding
ridiculous.
the WWE Championship for 434 days, constantly beating John Cena, facing The Undertaker at WrestleMania, and being the most over wrestler of 2012, and still complain WWE didn't treat you right. I mean, is it wrong? It ain't wrong. And I've said that from the beginning. Like, Punk left, Punk wanted to leave, that's fine. But like, I never wanted to hear the guy's been misused thing.
Right.
He could be unhappy all he wants.
Right. He can
I'm
be
not going to
unhappy.
tell him how to be happy or not.
To be told he was misused is not right. Though.
He was not misused. Definitely not misused.
And here's the deal: you don't like it, go home then.
Yeah, that's what he did.
Right. I mean, and if you signed a contract and the WWE chooses to, and you're in breach of that contract, well, then they can take action against you.
Which they did.
It was a contract you signed.
Right. Don't sign a
You
contract if
did
you don't
this.
want to uphold to it.
Right. Or prove your value beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Exactly.
NFL does that all the time.
100%.
You got those rookie contracts or whatever, and I think they regulated it a little bit better.
Sure.
But like, if you outperform and outkick your coverage, you're going to get compensated.
If you don't,
Right. Sorry, this
you're going
isn't
to get
working
cut.
out.
Free and clear. You can go work
unless
somewhere
you're
else.
Eli Manning.
Right. Just a few things here. The Crockett Cup upcoming this weekend. Jazz was the NWA Women's Champion. She forfeited her NWA Women's Championship due to, quote, medical and personal issues. She said on Twitter, "Shout out to NWA for giving me the opportunity of being the best women's champion. One hell of a run. Got to work some of the best talent in the game today. Hopefully this will not be the end until," and she said hashtag and still.
Nice.
So it was announced Medusa will be presenting the NWA Women's Championship at the Crockett Cup to the winner, Sienna versus Santana Garrett. That should be an awesome match.
Let me be a mark for a moment and let you know that I have been able to call matches for everybody involved in this match, and that's super exciting.
I have called
Jazz is a fucking badass bitch.
I have
and
not
she
called a
is
Jazz
so
match.
nice.
I have not called a Sienna match, but I have called Santana.
Yeah, so cool. So cool. Great lineup between those two. That's going to be an awesome match, Sienna and Santana Garrett, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should be a great event.
NWA wrestling matters, man. It's so cool. And the Crockett Cup, so cool.
Few
Tag
more
team
things
wrestling
here.
matters over there.
It does. I wish it mattered more in the WWE. Update on Ronda Rousey in a video posted to her YouTube page. She said, in quote, as for WWE plans in the future, we want to have a baby first. I don't know what it's like to have a baby. I could look down at this beautiful child and be like, fuck everything. I don't care about anything else other than this baby. You'll never see me again. Or I could be like my mom. She
Fuck
trained.
this baby.
That's not what she said.
No, that's not what she said.
Fuck,
Oh, okay.
fuck everything.
Oh, okay.
I don't care about anything else other than this baby.
Or she could say, fuck this baby. I just want to be wrestled again. And come back and entertain the masses in the WWE.
Good.
She didn't say that, though?
She didn't say
That's
that.
a shame.
So I could be like my mom. She trained. She was 8 months pregnant. I'm scared I'm going to choke on one of these again. Trained. She was.
You hit yourself with your own Tim comment or Tim sound. Where's it at?
Trained until she was 8 months pregnant, and then won the U.S. Open 6 weeks after giving birth. It was unbelievable. I don't think I'm going to try to aspire to her level. I'm just saying you never know. So yeah, they're trying to start a family, which
good for them.
Utmost respect to her. I know people are mad that like, oh, she just want to do this for a year to like, boost her ego. But I was like, look what happened to the women's division. And I'm not saying Ronda Rousey isn't the reason that you got a women's main event at WrestleMania and all the other things the women did. However, it didn't hurt.
Nope.
It got so many eyes on the product in a different way. They talked about it on the Preston and Steve show, on MMR in Philly. Like they were talking about it. Like it gets different eyes. And that's the thing.
Sports
different
centers,
eyes.
Tonight shows. I mean, it absolutely does.
Right. Like,
and she's a phenomenal athlete.
She was so good.
A legit badass bitch.
So good. She did so good.
She really did. 1 year in the WWE.
For like,
come on,
like
she'll be back too. I really, truthfully
I
believe
do
she'll
think
be back.
she will be back at some point. I
she
really
may not
do.
have to. Here's the deal: we don't need to see Ronda Rousey every show either.
No,
take some time off.
Mm-hmm.
We're just talking. This is how we started this segment after Stan.
Yeah,
take some time off.
Absolutely,
do what's right. Live with your duck. Be happy.
Yes, live with your duck. She
does have a duck. Yeah, I forget the duck's name.
I don't remember. And then finally, it was rumored a few days ago that WWE is scrapping the plans for the Backlash pay-per-view in June. The event was originally scheduled for June 16th in San Diego. The rumor was getting scrapped because WWE was moving the Saudi Arabia show to June 7th, which would have meant 2 pay-per-view events that would have happened in the span of 9 days. Backlash, it looks like now, is not getting scrapped, but is getting rescheduled. According to Wrestling Observer, Backlash will now be taking place on June 23rd in Tacoma, Washington. Dave Meltzer said in part, the San Diego pay-per-view, which was Backlash for June 16th, is now a house show. They didn't want to do it. I guess they just didn't want to have 2 pay-per-views, 2 weekends in a row. It is now the 23rd. They're booking it in Tacoma, and the San Diego show will now be a house show. And I think that happened last year.
Fuck you, San Diego.
Go fuck yourself, San Diego. There was supposed to be a pay-per-view in Boston when they were going to do the 2, like a Raw pay-per-view and a SmackDown pay-per-view month. Then it changed it. They combined them. I think Boston ended up getting a house show, which, whatever. Boston, you got a lot of great things. So
right,
we can't even get a fucking SmackDown in Hershey. Mm-mm. So, again, card subject to change, man. Hey, it is what it is. Yep. And I'm sure if you had tickets to what would have been the pay-per-view show, if they were even on sale, you could probably get a refund because of the dramatic change.
It was in June. I can't believe it. It might be.
It might be on sale.
For a small pay-per-view, I doubt it was on sale, though.
I do know there's a pay-per-view coming to Philly this summer, though.
Is there?
Yeah, I think
Extreme Rules again, probably.
Probably, or Battleground, or
hey, they had that ECW thing. Let's put them over there. Yeah. We might go. That'll be fun.
Yeah, maybe. Why not?
Yeah. Maybe
so that's all I got. We kind of are over time. Great show. Thank you again to Stan Stylez for joining us.
Come out and join us next Saturday.
Friday.
Next Friday.
Next
don't
Friday
show up Saturday.
In New Jersey. You can show up.
You can still watch him wrestle on Saturday.
An H2O show,
yeah,
but the IGB3 is next Friday. Independent Wrestling, ACW this weekend in Stevens, PA.
Come on out.
Follow us on Instagram. There's the Woman of the Week. Forget who the Woman of the Week is, but make sure you check that out. Tim is at Not the Tool Man. All of our other Twitters are there. Do you just want me to close this out? You want me to roll it? You want to say anything? Add anything?
346 days till WrestleMania.
I love. There's the majority of people love the countdown. There's a few people that do not like it.
Is Jared one of them?
I'm not going to name names. However, I am just petty enough that I'm not going to forget. I may miss like a Saturday here or there, but almost every day for the next 345, you're going to see a Days Until WrestleMania post.
Love it.
I'm just petty enough to do it.
Day 346 today.
Exactly. Tickets not on sale yet, though, so don't try and buy your tickets. But
Send us home, Jim.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up here. Again, thank you to Stan Stylez for joining us here tonight. We appreciate all of you playing along, interacting with us. Thanks, Dave. I think we got a new listener, Dave from Ohio. There's a couple other guys from Ohio. Anybody new? Anybody old? We love you. Thank you for supporting us. Go to 3countthursday.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube. Go to check out our merchandise. Check out our home network, NGSC Sports, and the sponsor of the show, Alicia's Pillows and Things. They got pillows. They got stools. They got full body pillows. They got neck pillows and much, much more. Sports teams, movie characters, cartoons, tons of other stuff. Make sure you check out Alicia's Pillows and Things. Until next week, folks, stay safe, stay smart, and go for the pin.